It is dark,
Oh.
but not the kind of empty, silent darkness of space. It is the crushing, oppressive darkness of being deep underwater. This darkness is loud, creaking steel, strange sensor sounds, and subsurface creatures.
That's
Inside
echoing
this
for me. It
dark
sounds so
ship,
cool.
inside this dark ship, is not our heroes, but some human female in flight gear operating a small fighter craft.
Oh, so it is a person, not a drone.
And seated behind her
We don't know that.
is a hulking, nearly 10 to 12 foot tall, draconic creature. Half of his power armor on, half of it off, looking over her shoulder at the scanners as they stalk this armed, but really still stapled together with ingenuity and prayer, freighter as it attempts to evade them. Welcome back to this week's episode of Into the Black. 33 hours remain on their doomsday clock. Pip, the Ahsoki mechanic, played by Jake. Klob, the technomancer soldier, played by Brandon. Percy, the paranoid, brilliant operative, played by Alex. And Maynala, the aggressive diplomat, played by Lily, find themselves in their ship, underwater, using it as a makeshift submarine to try and level the playing field a bit between them and the draconic kill team fighter that is chasing them. Theme song. Da-da-da.
Woo!
Probably unify.
I like the cold open.
I like cold opens too. When last we left you, our heroes had dove underwater, stabilized ship systems in an attempt to create a sort of bubble steam screen, dove extra deep to try to get away from their pursuers. Sensors are limited. Weapons are likely nearly useless. And they've got one probe that they've shot out forward to try and scout ahead. Players, what do you do?
Remember when we told you we tried to brainstorm? We forgot that we were in a submarine.
Oh,
We didn't
delightful.
talk about it.
We didn't talk about that at all.
Submarine, but that's okay.
It's fine. This was re-exciting because I forgot about it completely. So that's great.
So first of all, is this? I know we stabilize this ship, but is it in any way I don't understand how the ship's engine works, to be honest, as Brandon. So
It
how does
doesn't
that work,
move
and
the
is
ship.
it going to work underwater?
It doesn't
It
move the
moves-
ship. It moves
It
the
moves
universe
the plot
around
it.
Does it use the drift drive even at planetary level?
So what you've got right now is you're underwater.
Oh, it only
and,
has a single type of engine.
Pip is using the thrusters to because they're crazy space magic science thrusters. They work underwater because shush.
They shoot hot energy out, and that propels us
Pushes
forward.
you. Yeah.
Easy.
So you're
all
slow.
I did was cast bonfire to start it.
I guess are you asking? Are you asking is the ship physically still in danger from being underwater? Is that your question?
I was thinking, how can we actually escape the water when we want to or not?
Yes.
Which
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you can.
I thought we had limited movement underwater and we couldn't get out because we needed to, get momentum.
You'll need to get a little more. You have to get back up to the surface. You are currently, about 1,000 feet below the surface of the water.
Yeah, totally.
I think right now that being down here is still better because it inhibits the kill team's scanners and sensors.
So they
You know
dropped
what?
off of our radar, right?
That is correct. They were there, and then they weren't.
We don't know where they are. They don't know where we are. It's a submarine thriller.
And they're not
Our-
above us because they would have been steamed out if they were above us.
Right.
I'm gonna detect magic and just wave it all around. I got a minute and
What's the range on that?
60 feet, but it's a cone. So I'm just super short range radar because I'm assuming they have something magical aboard.
You don't detect anything within 60 feet.
All right, just over and over the same items within our ship, blink in.
But you have confirmed they are not within 60 feet of the ship.
They're not right next to us.
Okay.
How do you think they're detecting us? Is it the engine?
I don't think. No. We went dark. Like we're just kind of gliding as much as we can, but we don't have any of like our. We're low power right now.
At this rate, how long would it take us to get to the because the city's near the body of water? How long would it take us underwater to get there? Many hours, I presume.
You do some back of the envelope math, and it's many hours. You're not moving quickly.
Like
Um,
10 hours?
where's the damn book? Whatever. Like 10 to 15.
Okay.
We don't have that.
Yeah.
You're also concerned that you've dove down very deep. You see there's these craggy rock formations around you. There's sort of these open geothermal vents creating these pillars of black smoke that you see your sensors do not penetrate.
Okay.
There's also sort of some exposed molten rock oozing up and
Underwater?
forming into rock. Underwater.
Two things.
We're only 1,000 feet deep.
Castroville is extremely geologically active.
Cool.
And Cobb, we did the math last time for how deep we can go. We can go about 15,000 feet.
Yeah, right. We can go like super fucking deep.
I have two things. One, reset the tachometers. Two,
Set your drop downs.
good call. What is our capability of scanning of above the water? Like, do our scanners extend far enough to scan outside the water?
A little. It's fuzzy. You're
How
underwater.
far?
You're getting lots of interference. You could maybe get a couple miles up.
A couple miles up. Okay.
Okay. Could Cobb? Well, no. Miles is probably enough. If Cobb and I, if not, Cobb and I could probably cobble something together.
My thought was that if it was that our sensors couldn't see that far above the water, we could just rise really quick right now while it can't see us, and it wouldn't know that we left. But they probably also have a few miles, so they would catch it.
Your sort of whole world right now is kind of a cone that goes up from your...
Right, because of the sensors.
Yeah.
So
And we sent that probe out, so we are getting data about what's ahead of us.
You're not going to hit anything.
Right.
so since they're detecting us, I mean, through...
We don't know if they know where we are. We don't know.
Yeah, no. But if they are detecting us, they have to be detecting us, like, locationally. Either magically or with, like, sonar, essentially. Like,
Yeah,
right, like they're not going to... We're dark, so they're not going to, like, electrically detect us with technology. That's not going to work. Do I think that there's any potential that I could... first of all, what temperature is the water? And second of all, do our suits work in the water? Which I
Well,
think
Your suits would probably work in the water.
okay,
but the
cool.
temperature has to be really high if there's any active magma near us, and those pillars of smoke underwater, that's a real thing on Earth. It's really cool. Those are like really, really hot.
The problem is that like water gets really cold really quickly as you go underneath. So like it's super hot where that thing is and cold everywhere else.
And
Right.
And your suits are designed to operate in space with these sort of like 1,000 degrees in sunlight, negative 500 in shadow. You think you'd be okay. The sensors would tell you if there's something wrong.
Yeah, they're pretty good. They're pretty durable. That's what I was thinking. So, do I think there's any chance that I could go out and try to fake a signal like away from the ship? Like I have like jolting surge, so I could just disperse that in water, but that's not going to go very far. So I don't know if they'd even be able to. That might not even pick up.
Who knows?
I could supercharge my flamethrower. Like I'm talking to the crew, but I'm also talking to DM, like asking, is there any possibility that this would make sense? Because I don't know how the sensors work.
The sensors detect all kinds of things. You're not sure what they're looking for, but I mean,
And if we were looking for something in particular, we could try to reconfigure them. Like if we were looking for chicken life signs, we could try to reconfigure some sensors to pick up that specifically by giving the computer more information.
Yeah, we could like try to magic hack a signal. They detect
I'm just saying,
fluctuation
like,
waves.
if you have a specific thing that you think we want to look for, we can try that, or
Dragons.
or modify a probe that's also going to look for that.
Dragons
probably
aren't
don't-
too dissimilar from chickens.
They probably don't even know about chicken though. Like, I mean, we should just try to fake a signal of the ship if we can. Or,
as you guys,
Oh, you
saying
want to send out
opposite
a
things.
fake signal of us?
yeah, somewhere else, like a jerry-rigged illusion. I don't have any spells
Well,
to
we
do that.
could rig a probe to maybe give out some of those signs.
Didn't we already send the probe out ahead of us? Last
there is a probe currently ahead of you.
There's one probe that is going ahead of us to do basically like sonar shit to make sure we don't run into anything.
Lily's
We
saying
could
we
do-
could use another probe to knock him off our trail.
Set it up as a decoy, giving out like life science signals of some kind.
Yeah, we can set out another probe. We have
Are
multiple.
you all looking at roll 20?
Yes.
Oh, I
Looks
can
like
be.
we're in the black.
Do you want the viewers to be able to?
Might as well,
All right.
because you can see yourselves, your ship, and your probe that you just
It's
shot
all
out in
black.
front of
I
you.
see black.
It's all black.
I do not see the ship.
We see into
Oh,
the
you're
black.
right. Hang on, let me.
Good joke, Alex.
Dude, when we paint the ship black, Batman
It's
style.
good.
The invisible
forgot.
Batmobile.
I turned on Fog of War. There you are.
Still
Oh.
black.
It's
No,
still
I
right.
got it.
I see it.
Top right.
Top right. Oh, ha, ha.
Oh man,
What's
there
that
we
behind
be.
us?
That's
Oh, that's
cool.
our probe. And that's our ship.
And that's in front of us.
Please tell me that's our torpedo and not the enemy ship.
That is your torpedo that you just shot out.
Our ship looks really cool.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I'm so happy I got this one.
Plus, look how big that torpedo is. That's sure to sink anything.
It's a probe, not a torpedo.
Anything's a torpedo if you fire it fast enough.
DM said torpedo.
It's not representative of actual sea, not to scale. So yes, there you are.
Cool. So, sorry, is yellow magma and green / maybe that's a different color underneath the green aura gas?
The green aura around you is your sensor range.
Yeah, sorry, there's a green cloud to the top. I don't know if
It's
it's actually
gray,
green.
and it just looks
Okay.
green on the thing.
Yeah. Oh, is it the same
I think
color
those
as
are
this?
probably
I
the
see.
ridges he was
So
talking
are
about.
those grayer parts the smoke, or is that something
Did Lincoln
else?
freeze
The
you
gray
over?
with the red is smoke. The gray with the
Nope.
dark black is stone.
Ah, cool. Neato. I'm still going to go outside of the ship, even if I can't do anything, because I want to have like eyes everywhere since we've turned off most of our stuff. So if I can visually identify them, that's what I'm going to do.
Sure, but you can put on your spacesuit. You can go to the airline.
Oh, weird. You got partitioned funny. Refresh again, Alex. Oh, no, I got partitioned out. We had a full partition. Sorry, viewers. Give me a sec. Sorry, we
man,
had
the
a
top photos up.
network partition, so we all got split.
Lily's gonna have to do it too.
Yeah, Lil, you're gonna have to refresh when you get back to your
Um,
computer.
And you are looking around. Would you like to make a perception check to see if you can see anything?
Absolutely. I would love
Just
to.
anything since I froze, viewers didn't get.
Klob went outside. He's got his
Sorry,
suit on.
yeah, I
He's
went
going
out.
outside to get some like
I
actual
forgot
eyes.
about that detail. I definitely kept talking. Okay.
Oh.
I looked into the smoke cloud real hard, and I'm like,
You look around. It
they're
is
not in there.
dark. It is pitch dark out here. But then you hear sort of
think
a
about turning on the
whirring
light.
noise,
I think better of it.
sort of a whirring, buzzing noise as you come outside. Do you say you go back inside?
No, I said I thought about turning on a light, but I think better of it because that idea.
You hear it, and then maybe 100, 200 feet away from you, there's this little explosion, this flash of light and explosion in the water.
What is that from?
And then another one way over there.
I'm
Depth charges.
outside of the ship looking around.
And you
And I-
guys on the sensors are starting to see these tiny little signatures. They look like little micro rockets are being fired out and just detonating randomly around you.
They're shooting out.
He's using
test
it to
shots.
gather data.
Yeah, maybe they're looking for what happens. I don't know. Water echoes.
No, well, and like to find us, like there could be sensors on it to talk about what it impacts,
Or
what
they're
it's
just
approaching.
shooting randomly and hoping they hit us.
Yeah, they're playing
That's
Also
Minesweeper.
that
Maybe they're-
scattershot.
I'm not sure how much the shockwaves affect our ship down here. It's not really made for this.
The ship is going.
Yeah, this is probably bad. Are they?
I'm gonna make sure Chicken is like all the way strapped in.
Chicken is all the way strapped in and so frightened.
Does
is
there?
there-
I'm gonna give him his action figure of the Aarakocra from Solar Defenders, Universe Uniters, and just be like,
He cuddles it
"You
like
have to be brave.
he clutches it
like-
like as tight as he can.
You have to be brave, like Kengu. Okay, like this is not. This is
get,
for
like-
real.
You get a sniffly nod.
You are part of the team, and you can do this."
Why don't we pull around one of those rock faces so that we have a shield between us? Like really slowly though.
Okay.
In case that wasn't clear.
Does there appear to be like a pattern of where these are dropping? Like if they're in a radius around something?
You could make a computer's check.
Cool.
I also have another question. Have any of them been shot have ended up being shot into that billowing smoke?
Not amazing.
Yes.
Do they disintegrate in that smoke?
No, they go into it and then they come back out
Really?
and they explode.
They're called like, I think they're called hydrothermal vents, but they get up to like hundreds of degrees Fahrenheit, like 700 or 800 degrees Fahrenheit. It doesn't disintegrate. That's amazing.
No.
That's cool.
That's totally a temperature your ship would experience in space.
All right.
I mean, bacteria live there.
So where would you like to back up? Where would you like to go?
Well, do you want to?
Did I learn anything from that computer check?
Oh, from that computer's check, I'm going
great.
to let me do this. Over there-ish.
What, that seems to be the origin?
You think that area might be where they're coming from.
Oh. Cool.
You can't do anything specific. You can't, like, figure out if he's moving, but you're, like, kind of over there.
Well, do we want to maneuver in a different direction? Guys? Otherwise, we're kind of heading towards it.
Klob wanted to see if we could get behind one of those rock walls, but really slowly.
Well, wait, though. Now that we know where he is, did you guys get a good look at his ship or a scan or anything? Do we know if that thing has windows?
We know it's small, it's maneuverable, it's way faster than us, and has way
We
more
definitely
firepower.
saw it, because someone noticed the red stripe on
It
it.
did not look like it had windows. It looked like it was just, like, armored
It's
all the
was it
way.
pure. I only saw aluminum when I saw the thing. Was it pure tech? Any windows at all? If not, we could try sneaking underneath it and double back on ourselves, and it would chase us the way we were going originally.
That's true.
We could get like maybe a
How much-
mile or two away, maybe a little
Go
bit more
down.
outside of sensor range, and then take off again.
What you're saying is we could slip past Saruman unnoticed.
If we completely power down, will the ship sink?
No, it is currently neutrally buoyant
Okay.
because
All
right,
science
well then-
is magic.
The
All
ship's
right, so I
density
guess-
is 1.
All right, so we will just go down then and see what happens.
Why don't we just pass through a smoke cloud? Can our ship pass through a smoke cloud, or is those way too hot?
It can. That's what I was asking about. Basically, the little things that they're detonating didn't melt in there, which is crazy to me.
If we
so that's
go into
cool.
a smoke cloud, we'll probably go up.
Right, because it's rising. We would
I
rise
think
with it.
going if for
got a
your
lot of
idea,
drag from
going
underneath.
down is still the better
All right.
one.
Yeah, maybe.
Those
Right.
options.
Yeah. And oh, you know what else I can do? I have an idea. Somebody grab a big battery down there. Oh, I got the big battery from. I have a big battery. I don't know.
Oh, yeah, you do.
I don't know what.
Oh
kind
yeah,
of
from
battery.
what was your name?
I don't even remember.
Nanio.
I have a big battery from Naneo. It is a Hagcat battery, whatever that means. I have a great idea. If they had hit us with one of those depth charges, they probably wouldn't destroy the ship, but they might like loosen something. If they could loosen some plating or something, they might be able to detect some heat signatures off of like unshielded plate while we're underwater. I'm going to overload this battery just a little bit, get it just a little bit leaky, and send it off on a probe so they think this is an unshielded bit of our ship moving in a different direction, going the way we thought.
I like
That's
that plan.
really good. And then we'll drop low.
We'll drop
Yeah.
low and go slow under them.
Plus, the battery probably won't even last that long since we're overloading it a bit. This is going to be great.
Okay, awesome.
Very, very clever.
Is there a way also to rig that battery with some of the? I have like 2 grenades left. Is there like a way that we could rig it to like leak slowly for a while and then when it is completely overloaded, explode?
Klob has an explosive vest.
We can rig it to like on a timer.
Hey,
Yeah.
Pip, I need your help with something. Come on.
I am so down for this, and I'm like,
So can both of you give me? I need a engineering check. Who's flying the ship? Or if you guys just
I can-
bottom
well, the ship's not moving right now.
I can sit in the chair.
Percy and I both. Technically, I can pilot. Percy, if you want to do main helm while they release everything, and I can be watching the sensors.
That sounds good.
I'll take a computer
Okay.
check from Manala and a piloting check from Percy.
Got it.
Nice.
20 on my engineering check.
Assisting with an 11.
Oh.
That's a
That's a
22.
net one.
But it's okay
Maynala,
because you were assisting me, which you only need 10 for.
Pip, and Klob, you go down there to build into the workshop to build your next probe, and you're looking around at the supplies you have. Bree is down there fixing something, and it's super hot down here because you're not able to like
Vent
change
heat.
like
Right.
equalize the heat of the ship. The heat flux is all fucked up. And
Put it in the storage room.
you look around, and this sort of silo full of your sort of UPBs, your universal building pellets, you're nearly out. You have very few spare parts from having to rebuild the ship and crashing it and building it and getting damage and doing repairs, and it's been rough. Really, everything's kind of barely holding together. It's going to take you a little while to build one of these, and you're not sure how many more of them you can make. But that was a really good engineering check, even with the 4. So it's going to take you about 5 to 10 minutes to slap this thing together with the bombs and the timer and the overloaded battery and the guidance system and all that.
And then we load it with a torpedo. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
More depth charges going off, or are they getting closer?
That's still happening. And they're starting to get a little closer, but not a lot. You think it might just be random chance.
All right.
You think that maybe your DM is rolling dice.
and yeah. Maynala, your probe pings,
Manila.
but Maynala
She's running
is
up
not
the stairs.
Psychic power.
at her sensor
She's
stand.
not
How's
running
my
up the
piloting
stairs.
going?
Piloting's
she's
going great.
making
You're
some
keeping her
team.
steady.
Manila, now's not the time for dating.
Oh, it's
Why not? Get out of the engine room with Bree.
She's running upstairs.
She's busy too.
Involved with Bree.
Both of you have jobs.
I'm sorry. Okay, ready.
Maynala,
Ready.
the probe senses something.
The one in front of us?
Go ahead and look at what the probe can see.
But this is the one in front of us, right?
Yeah,
Okay, I look.
it can see a missile working its way through the water towards you.
We have to drop right now. I'll be like, Percy, drop the ship now. There's a missile heading towards us. Do I know if it's locked onto us?
No, it is not locked onto you yet.
Excellent.
Okay.
It's moving slowly, and it's sort of banging away with its active sensors.
Evasive maneuver piloting check.
Piloting check.
So just drop low.
You
Drop it like it's hot.
you sink down.
Pip, don't drop it. It's hot.
I got it. I go.
And the torpedo passes right over you.
Oh my god. Okay, so do we know if that came from the ship?
I would assume so.
Is there a way for us to know that? Thinking about the ship, and what we
Logic?
saw, does it seem like the kind of ship that would have missiles?
Yes,
It
it was there to
definitely
shoot
had
us out of the
missiles.
sky.
It
So
definitely
does
had
where
missiles.
that came from give us information about where we actually
Map
think
the
the ship
yes, you on the sensor station can map the trajectory backwards to get to
I'd
know
like
where
to
it
do that.
was some
That is
time
the thing.
ago.
You would make a computer's check to do that.
Okay.
How are you at those?
Depending when the
Okay.
missile was fired, it could be in any of several different positions. This is like a it's actually really a trivial calculation if it's moving at a fixed speed.
And then add 5, so 12 again.
12 again. Let me.
I mean, Percy
reveal-
can also assist me, but
Can I do that, or am I?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if that matters. But
It was okay. Let me show this.
I was
to the
thinking I
viewers.
should probably do it if
It was
I
there,
wasn't
and then
sure
it
if
was
I could
there,
pilot and help.
and we're here, and that missile just missed us. So our
Did you help?
probe is
Did you help Percy?
getting towards
Look at all them 20s. Yeah, I helped.
Sweet. So then now it's 14.
nice.
I'm actually rolling well.
Save it for the big bad.
I feel like it was pretty good to use it on the dodging the missile check.
Mm-hmm. So you've dove low.
We have Divin.
You have Divin. You can also move your probe. You can tell that probe to go wherever you want.
Dove.
The probe is just continuing forward, right? Like that
Oh
was
yeah,
what
I
we
can
wanted.
just do that.
And based on the trajectory that we're seeing here, we probably want it to turn to its left, which would be east on this map. Because there's a ridge right there.
Yes. And it will turn left. It will keep going.
That's the opposite of left.
Right.
That's probe left.
Stage left.
No, that was probe right.
No. Sorry, that was
I was
real
asking
left.
for probe left. Yeah.
As you're just pulling into it, and you're like, all right, going down this way, you see the rock, and you're like, oh crap, rock, and you just sort of do this hard turn.
Can we get some reveal?
And this is apparently enough to startle and surprise a certain enemy
Dun,
ship,
dun, dun.
which you now have on the scanners. It didn't have time to evade.
The problem is if we fire at it, we'll reveal our position.
Mm-hmm.
But it is coming right for us.
This is also true.
Can't we just keep dropping lower and lower?
You will bottom eventually.
That's our goal, right? We want to bottom.
What is their elevation from the seafloor? This ship.
Elevation from the seafloor is about 500 feet.
Not a lot of room.
Oh, I thought it was way more. Okay.
You're sort of on this shelf that you've kind of been temporarily cornered in.
Sorry. So we sent them through the battery we sent out?
Have you done that yet?
The first probe.
We
ready for
haven't
the
done
second
that yet.
probe.
That has not happened yet. I would say by now it is done.
All right. What we want to do is send the battery probe one way and we go the other way. Preferably, we would like to go the way that is the opposite facing of their little ship.
Yeah.
Okay.
Their little ship is going to head right over the top of us. So we basically want to bottom, right? Hide until they're, send the thing. Actually, how do we want to do it?
So, all right, I'll just let you think through this.
We probably want to send the probe straight out past them so they turn around and chase it.
Mm-hmm.
Or, off to the side, like towards the magma.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So that they make a hard left here. And they head, off towards, let me ping. They head off this way to go chase the probe. And then we can just hightail it and go north on here, far away.
Make sure we always keep like 200-foot distance from that thing.
Yeah, exactly. We don't want it to enter our green circle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. That seems like an excellent plan.
All right, so we're gonna fire our probe off in this general direction.
Percy's
we're gonna
gonna
head
be in the
that
helm. I'll be checking sensors when we do this plan.
Oh shit! Send it!
Yep.
So it goes.
And it looks like it's got a leaky battery. We've intentionally made that leaky battery part, emanate a much further distance.
They are getting closer, sort of like projected from their. They're getting closer. They see the battery and turn to pursue it.
And then it goes right into the dark clouds before they can get visual confirmation.
Oh, sure.
Because that's why we threw it right into the magma.
Turns south.
Sorry.
The clouds.
We wanted it to just to continue.
There's no clouds over the lava.
Oh, I thought you said that was where the clouds were.
No, the red outlined gray spaces are.
We can have it go south. We're gonna turn around anyway, right?
Oh,
Like
that's
two
the
big
clouds.
cloud
Oh,
columns.
gotcha. I understand now. Yes,
Yeah, it can go down.
that's perfect.
Yeah, that's fine. They don't have windows. It doesn't matter.
Sure, but they might have cameras. Just before they get visual confirmation, I want to go in the clouds, and they have to chase it through the clouds.
It goes in the clouds. They pursue it into the clouds, and you
Right.
see, as they're going in, you detect weapons charging.
Ooh.
Nice.
They're in the cloud. You're not sure how long they're going to be in there.
All right,
We
we
want
want
to
flip this thing around.
Yeah, flip it around and get out of here.
Steadily away, but not too fast.
Yeah, we don't want to punch it too hard, but as fast as we can go without putting out a lot of energy.
Somebody
Well,
said punch it.
whoever is driving, I'll take a piloting check to just scoot out of here.
Can I? No, that's kind of ridiculous. Can I transfer? No, I don't want to damage our engine just before we have to escape. Never mind.
It's probably a good call.
Can I just jolting surge the engine?
I roll 26 to scoot.
26 to scoot. Is anyone aiding your scootage?
I don't think she needs it with a 26.
I can aid the scootage. Yeah, because I'm on sensors, so that should assist with scooting.
Oh,
Lincoln, are you assisting me?
I didn't mean to, but that's their sensor roll.
Scooter Masters over here.
So you don't need to.
And then plus 5.
Oh,
So
sorry.
I can assist proper.
we're 14.
We finish launching the probe, and I come running into the cockpit.
But they only rolled a 22, so it's cool.
I'm actually going to go back outside and keep on watching our tail visually.
I'll take a perception
Hip,
check.
I
as
got
you-
it. I got it. Jesus.
You don't want to go outside while we're moving, Club. That would be bad.
Are we moving any faster than we were earlier?
We weren't moving earlier. We were still.
Oh, we were completely still earlier. Sorry, I thought we were moving. I
I
thought
mean,
we were
we
in
could
that
just like
drift mode.
tie a bungee to you, and you can surf behind us.
We can keel haul you.
No, I don't have a suit equipped for that. No, I need some propulsion, some personal propulsion if I want to do that. That's not worth it. I'll just stay inside.
Cool.
Let's
As
stay
you
on
turn around and you start flying away, you're getting a fair distance before you get a little beep, beep, beep on your radar.
Please
That
don't.
torpedo you had passed is trying to acquire you.
It's ahead of us right now, though, so we can just turn away from it. Like, we knew it was there.
Yeah, it's not going to be difficult to evade, but it is.
Sorry, we knew it was there. We wouldn't go
tempting
straight
to-
towards it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if they have sensors on it, it'll tell them that we're over here and not over there where they think we are.
Which is why I'm saying we didn't go straight towards their torpedo. We knew the exact trajectory of their
That's
torpedo.
true.
I thought you still left it on the map because you just hadn't deleted it yet. It had been traveling for 15 minutes.
That's true. It has traveled quite far.
It's 15 minutes that way. So
Good
we
point.
just veer left a little bit to make sure we don't cross paths with it.
Do you
I
guys-
forgot how long it took for you to set up the battery.
No,
Yeah,
that's
we're
why I
trying-
wasn't even thinking about the torpedo still on the map because
A little bit left.
it's 15
Now what do you
minutes.
do? You stay underwater? Do you surface? What do you do?
I think we could
We should-
probably surf it.
We surface.
Let's just follow. Wait, you guys want to surface here? Don't our
Yeah, no,
sensors have like a
can we go
mile
like a
range?
mile?
Let's get up. Yeah,
Go
let's
like
get
a
up.
mile or two?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's right.
Mile or 5? Honestly, can we go a mile or 5?
Let's just follow the torpedo. It's a torpedo. If we can outrun the torpedo, it's not a very good one.
We don't want to follow the torpedo because it has sensors potentially. We want to like veer off to the left a bit so we stay very far from that other torpedo.
Yeah, I guess. it
Jake, you're
could've stopped.
echoing really bad.
Yeah, it's because Alex hasn't even talked in a while. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so we want to veer off to the left, and like go for far enough that like, a couple miles, whatever our sensor diagonal is, because you said it's like a cone above us.
Yeah.
A couple miles. As soon as we're out of, assuming it is, behind us or where we were caught up with that thing, and like, assumed we went the other way. We want to get a couple miles away and then surface and then get the fuck out of there.
So you're just using your head start right now.
Yeah.
Cool. That takes about an hour.
Okay.
This whole thing, including being underwater, making stuff, evading, all that takes about an hour.
Deep, 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 deep.
32 hours remain. You surface, take off, and get your main engine going, and you fly away like a plane.
Zoom. Planet moves away from us.
Nice. All right,
You
now
want
we
to check on Chicken's state? Is he okay?
Chickens calm down a little bit now that you're no longer underwater.
So we wanted to go to the city to check out the museum.
Yes, and you were nearly there when you had to dive.
So what we need is a place to store the ship that's secure. Pip, is there any way that you can have direct asshole to like scan the search visually and whatever AI enhancedly for any kind of tracker they could have stuck on our ship?
Yeah, sure. Once we land, like you can't do it while we're flying. You can't keep up with us. But
Okay, we need to have a discreet place to land. And now we can't land priority with the stewards because
covered
we don't have
parking.
to-
It costs a few credits more.
You guys want to land on the beach illegally?
Yeah, let's just land on the beach illegally, off screen.
All right, sure, we'll pay to park.
Guys, we're on a tight time crunch. Let's take some time to free some animals.
Yep. We
All right,
saw the movie.
All right, how much does it cost to park?
Like 10 credits.
Oh,
Like, you're like short-term museum parking.
Covered.
Yeah.
10 credits to park. These
Does
guys,
the museum validate?
You don't know.
Right. All right.
Um,
Cool.
You're able to land. You do everything in your power not to look shifty. It seems that you look like any other freighter.
stay in first.
Asshole searches for any tracking devices on the outside of the ship.
Give me a computers check
Computers. Okay.
or engineering check because you're like searching the body of the ship, I guess.
Sure, I'll take engineering.
This is related to aircraft, right?
Yeah.
Is that your thing?
26.
There's no tracking devices.
All right.
You guys get off. You show up to the museum. What does everybody have with them going into the museum?
Like
Just
weapon
take
one?
a knife, I guess, and like stash it.
We're not all going into the museum, are we?
I don't know what you're doing. You've landed.
Do you
Is
wanna
there
stay
anything
with
else
the-
we want to do in the city?
Yeah, we have some errands to run. Like we needed to get like
Oh, we need to
biohazard
get
suits
like
and
yeah,
stuff.
rad stuff.
So like I'll go shopping. Minala can go to the museum.
Okay.
I'll
can
go with
be,
my knowledge, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'll go shopping then.
Right.
So we needed suits, radioactive protective suits, and didn't we need the actual thing that we were talking about blasting it with radiation with?
I don't remember, but let's say yes.
Yeah, he said we needed one of those.
Like a laser gun?
No, it's like a radiation ray, but it has like a
Like a laser
big-
gun.
I guess. I don't fucking know.
It depends.
Yeah,
Are these
basically.
lasers or are they blasters that shoot?
It's like a big
Gas.
like thing that you turn on and it just irradiates something.
Yeah.
Ka-chink! Whoa, 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 whoa.
It's called the Instant Cancer 3000.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's for decontaminating stuff.
Not people
Do
though.
not point towards
Not
biological
people.
material.
Well, it depends.
It's like-
you know.
I have biological material there. I don't want it there. Nah, 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 nah.
I'm gonna give it cancer, so there's more of it.
It's a super
but
effective way to
weird.
kill someone. I want to spend my vacation at the library. Museum.
Yes.
All right.
So who are we doing first?
What's the museum like? Are
Let's go.
museums just like normal buildings, or are they?
Let's go shopping real fast, just because we can do it quickly.
Okay.
How many suits do you want?
One for all of us, plus probably Brie, right?
5 suits.
And chicken. And chicken.
Chicken does need a suit.
5 suits and like a
You
thing.
just stick chicken in a lead bag.
The 5 suits, each suit costs you about 150 credits. They're not spacesuits. They're not pressurized, but they are like hazardous material suits.
Okay.
They have like crazy filters and lead lined and like you're good. No radiation, no bio contaminants for you.
How much
You're the
are
lead one. Under the space one, then you're good.
like not jetpacks, but like space space
Like
jetpacks?
jump jets.
Yeah, like but not jump jets.
Space navigation jets.
Those ones. Yeah,
Space
like
navigation jets are probably like 300 to 500.
Oh, that's it. Oh, I'm buying some of them.
Mhm.
Like
Cool.
I'll buy 2 sets of those.
How
Those
much
aren't
money do you
Built
have?
into spacesuits?
I haven't spent literally any money except for something that I've discussed with Lincoln that I haven't bought yet, actually. So yeah, I haven't spent literally any money.
You have ones built into your spacesuits that are very light, but if you wanted like some cool fly around like Star-Lord ones, they'd be like 400.
I don't even mean jump jets for planetary. I just want to be able to like while
in space, like
go fast.
that would be
Underwater.
like 300 to 400.
Do they work underwater? So like
You
when
don't know.
they're underwater. Okay, well I'll try them out underwater, and if they break, they don't work underwater.
I feel like the packaging would say.
It doesn't though. It only says space. I'm just going to assume they do, and that's why I'm buying 2.
You have 2.
Cool.
The suits are 150 each, including the little unit for chicken that you just could put chicken in. The big rad gun is going to be expensive. It's going to be about $3,000
Do we have
$3
that?
grand?
for that.
Yeah,
big,
I don't think we have any of this money. So
Yeah, we don't
I
have
haven't
3
been
grand.
into
I have 540 left.
Yeah, we don't have $3 grand, so we can't buy a rad gun.
Oh, did I tell you
We
that you
can
can use
steal
my
a rad
code
gun.
money too?
I was about to say, I think we're in the position where we can just steal one.
Do they not let you rent it by the hour?
Give me
Your
a
ID?
charisma
Sure.
check. No, give me a what should-
Collateral piece.
like some kind of like culture check or knowledge local to see if you can rent
And
this
you could
stuff.
always just use the ship as collateral.
You're telling me that Earth can figure out
Jake,
rental
Jake,
tools, but space can't?
Well, because like, do you know, Brandon, where to rent a
Whatever
Hazmat
you say,
suit?
I'm gonna say Okay, maybe not Home Depot.
Where to rent a hazmat suit? Hazmat
Alright, yeah,
suits. Okay, where to rent a hazmat suit in Seattle?
I use Space Google.
Let's say
Can I-
yes.
can I take-
Best
Yes,
hazmat suit rental in Seattle, according to Yelp.
There we
Space
go.
Google give you advantage on
Doing it
your
anyway.
culture checks.
You don't even need to check because Jake just proved you can just Google it. You go to the place and like you can just rent it. Like there's a deposit. There's like a big fat deposit of like let's say like 400.
Cool.
And they take all your information so that they can come get you if you don't return it.
Right.
And then they're like, all right, here you go.
Nice. All right.
Hazmat suit, an engine cleaner's dream.
And they're like,
Right.
oh,
Route 90.
and none of you are licensed, so we can't give you the insurance. You have to pay full price if you do something ridiculous, and legal fees.
I feel like because we're not licensed, they would force us to buy the insurance.
They're like, we don't want to insure you because you're going to do something stupid with this.
Insurance is a scam. Don't do it.
I want to check the news.
Mm-hmm.
Still nothing?
No, a bunch more now.
Great, because I was like, the thing we were thinking was like all of these news agencies, like, oh yeah, of course they want to check it, but they also know that all the other news agencies have it, and they want to be the one who gets the scoop. So they
It's like in World War II when, there were constantly news stories breaking that they were like, BBC, don't run that shit. Don't fucking run that shit. And BBC was like, we gotta run that shit.
Ratings, though.
It's like that. It slowed them down, but now there's all the panels, and they're talking about, is this real? What should you do if it is?
I mean,
some
you can
people are
spot
like,
national
no.
security when there's ratings.
People are coming on TV, and they're like, no, we have to act right now. If you're at home on Castroville, get off Castroville.
no one's talking about how to stop the Harper.
Yeah. There's people, lines out the door to get off the planet. The sort of like local government is like in kind of like a panic to like, what do we do?
Is there any kind of maybe it's too fast for this to have happened or matter, but is there any kind of evidence of a concerted effort to try to stifle the information at all?
Definitely.
The stewards
Just
didn't
stuff being
publish.
put out from the stewards is just lots and lots of like stuff contrary to what you have been shown.
Misdirection and
Are
denial.
there no other organizations that are like now mobilizing to do something about this?
Yeah, definitely there are. There's
Cool.
sort of like private organizations, like none of them know what to do. They have even less information than you guys have because they haven't talked to the other lady, and they there are sort of like these private militias like going to military bases.
Great. They have literally all of the information that we have except for the military base that we traced the thing to. 'Cause I didn't
and
have that information.
Tohiro.
And
You
Tohiro.
show-
We didn't get
there's
that much
footage
from
of
Tohiro.
like a small riot that broke out in one city where they just like trashed an embassy.
The plane of fire has claimed credit for the attack.
Like nobody knows what to do. Police forces are doing everything they can to like keep everybody like tamped
Okay.
down, but
Because like we're just some level 5 dudes with a ship. Like we are not a galaxy stopping force. Like we the answer to, oh god, we found out that an entire planet's gonna die is all right. Let's call in the big guns, right? Like
yeah, and the
Avengers.
big guns are working on it.
I think we're the
Um,
Guardians of the Galaxy, bitch.
The big guns are working on it.
all right.
Yeah, they were all level 5 or 6.
I guess forget stopping them from stifling anything because we can't. But is there any way we can try to figure out where that's coming from? I mean, we know it's ultimately done by Harper, but
It's in the press releases.
It can't
It's
be
just
Harper because
on-
she's in the drift. She can't get a hold of anyone. She doesn't even know this is on the news yet.
It's just on the news. People are saying like that's clearly fake. We don't have any evidence of that. We're the stewards. We don't know anything about this. This is not real. Clearly, we wouldn't do that. Blue Ion has not responded to any comment.
Yeah.
How's Blue Ion stocks?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh, definitely taken a tumble.
Great.
Not as big
Good.
as you would hope, but it's taken a. It's
Fucking
it's
Radrax.
I told you I shorted the stock.
Yes, you did.
I'm making bank.
Oh, we can afford that gun now.
Are we gonna be rich?
Not just
oh my god, mining laser!
We were getting mining laser levels of rich.
We're getting
Right,
mining
but we gotta
lasers
save the
for
planet
every
first. All right.
tier of size.
So yes, you guys can buy all the stuff. You rent all the stuff you need.
Great.
Anything else you'd like to buy?
Are we renting the hazmat suits as well?
Yeah, they're
Cool.
like, yeah, here you go.
I feel like the expensive part is the rad gun thing, but the hazmat suit is complimentary.
But like, please use this so you don't give yourself cancer, and then try to sue us.
I take a quick look in a magic shop and find out that it's for magic tricks. Then I take a quick look in a magic shop and find out it's some strange digital card game thing. And then I take a quick look in a magic shop and actually find a magic shop. They have any items that appeal to me immediately that are maybe stavy shaped and also cast spells out of them.
They've definitely got some magic staves here.
I don't know what spell I'm looking for, so I can't give you specifics. Sorry.
I was blanking on what you wanted.
No, I don't have ideas for what.
We'll
spell.
go. You look at stuff. We're gonna go to the museum.
Okay.
And you guys think of anything else you want to buy. You guys you two get to the museum. You walk in. There's no fee for you. They ask if are you Percy and Minala?
Yes.
There's no fee. Come right in. Someone named Ro called for you and bought your tickets.
Oh, excellent.
Oh, Tohiro?
Yes, I believe that was her name.
Oh.
And I'm gonna say telepathically to Percy, like, keep a lid on it. Like, we have to act like this is all part of our plan.
Oh, sorry, I was just genuinely confused.
Um,
I felt like
technically,
Ro was from another universe there for a second.
you're allowed in. It's this wonderful museum. Manala, you've been there many times. You know how to beeline to the holographic survivor library. You're allowed in. One of the scholars is like, yes, we've got a suite reserved for you from your call
Thank
earlier.
you so much.
We're very sorry. It's just so hard to stream these things. The latency does weird things with their decision trees. But here. You're allowed in. Door closes. Menu opens with a bank of survivors you can talk to. How would you like to filter this list?
I think we should start with somebody who served. Alex?
Somebody who served in the same time frame as Harper, right?
You can get someone who served with Harper.
Yeah.
And the same battalion if we can.
Mm-hmm. You do that,
okay.
And 3 names come up. 3 people who served with Harper in her power armor unit.
Cool. Is
there
one
is
of them like her superior?
No. They're all people who served under her.
Got it.
One is a Vesk, one is a human, one is a Lashunta.
Lashunta, I guess we should listen to first, right?
Yeah.
Castrovel.
Cool. You push that button, and the male Lashunta sort of snaps to attention and says, Sergeant Vess, pleasure to meet you.
The pleasure is ours. Sorry, Sergeant Vess?
Sergeant Vess, V-E-S-S, Vess.
Got it.
Does he say that?
If you ask him how to spell it, he does.
How long did you serve under the leadership of General Counselor Harper?
She was just Captain Harper when I knew her, and my whole career. I was only in the war for the last couple years. She fought the whole thing. Hell of a fighter. Great leader.
Sorry, so she was his superior, so they never fought side by side?
No, we fought side by side every battle.
Oh.
Power armor unit.
She led our power armor unit.
Um,
She was fantastic. Never asked us to do anything she wasn't willing to do herself. If there was a chance one of us was going to have to sacrifice something, she was right there with us, ready to do the same.
Yeah, that's consistent.
Yep. Can you describe? Oh, okay. Actually, is there a way for me to look through an arc like I'm imagining like Tony Stark-esque library here.
Totally.
So I have this
Yeah.
holographic view in front of me, and then next to me I have a touch panel that I can like swipe into existence to look things up.
Definitely.
I want to look through that for a timeline of the dates that Sergeant Vess and Harper were serving together, and then look for any key battle dates in there.
Mhm.
And
You find a few.
I'd like to choose like a skirmish or a smaller scale conflict and ask him if he can recall that particular event and to describe just like normal sites that they saw, things they were exposed to, and then following up with that, I guess, lead into a line of questioning about like, what do you think Harper's reaction to those same stimuli were from your observation?
He tells you the story of a skirmish where they're cut off on a small moon and they have to just sneak and fight their way through, a whole hive's forces that are looking for them. And he says, Harper, she never lost it. Some of us, you were starting to see the cracks, but Harper, she was solid. If she was having any issue, she hit it.
And then I'd like to ask also if Sergeant Vess could describe the hive, like very open-ended, and see what kind of direction he takes that question.
He says they're terrifying, huge, giant, sort of husk-like structures that the swarm flew around in. They say that the hive is really the individual and all the warriors you're fighting are just like cells controlled by it. Terrifying. Giant living ship made of biomass. Horrible. We went inside one once. That was not fun.
Why did you go inside?
To kill it.
Oh.
How were you able to do so?
Oh, we had some fancy new explosive or something. I don't really know. I just know we had to get inside of it, plant it, and get out.
Is there
At one point, it was just, he says a Vesk name. He says it was just a Nick and Harper inside. The rest of us had gotten out on the ship, but they were stuck. And Harper could have gotten back, but for some reason she wouldn't leave a Nick.
Was a Nick the Vesk that was on the list as well?
Yes.
Okay.
They never talked about it much. You'll have to ask them yourself.
I appreciate your testimony and your willingness to participate in this project for research.
Oh, my pleasure.
I'd like to ask also about not ask him. So I guess
Can I
do you have
suggest something out of character before you switch person you're talking to?
Of
Yeah.
course.
Straight up explain the scenario and ask him what he would do to change Harper's mind.
I can bring him back up anytime.
Okay.
So I want to check something else first, and then I can come back to that.
Cool.
Go for it.
I'd like to, Dr. Percy, do you have any further questions?
No.
Ooh, doctor.
We were in lab coats all day, and we are trying to find a cure. So yeah, we're doctors right now, okay? And I was wearing glasses, so.
Honorary doctor.
So I'm gonna power him down, and after I say thank you, and he'll, de-hologramize, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'd like to use the database next to me and see if I can find out more about if during the swarm or any major defoliagers were used, and that's may have been the weapon that they used to try to destroy the husk ship from the inside. Because we've come in contact with something like that.
If you look at his testimony, you can click on citations, and one is it talks about that bomb. It's just a very small, very powerful explosive.
Okay, cool.
That they put near the hive's spinal cord to snap it to kill it.
Okay. So it wasn't a chemical attack or anything. It was just a boom.
No, or a defoliature. So.
All right.
Okay.
Bring up a Nick.
Yeah, let's talk to a Nick, and then if we want to go back to Vess, we can. But yeah, let's go to a Nick.
You call up a Nick. A Nick is this large Vesk, very, very colorful. That means probably female. And she had attention and goes, Corporal Nick, what can I do for you?
Hi.
Looks down at you.
Vess referred us to you. Apparently, there was one time that you and Captain Harper were in a hive together.
My last mission.
Why was it your last mission?
You look down and you see a Nick has prosthetic legs from upper thigh down.
Wow.
He
I'm
says,
sorry.
That's how it goes. At least I got the important half, the upper half.
That's true.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be here if you were just legs.
I got attacked by one of those spitter bugs, the one that shoot the really nasty acid. My armor had a few holes in it and my shields were down, so my legs got dissolved pretty quickly. Right side, I didn't bleed out. Downside, I couldn't move anymore. And there was
And
no
Harper
way.
stayed with you?
Despite my protests, yes, she did.
How'd she
Told the
get you
rest-
out?
The crew came back for us. She had ordered them to take off without her, take off without me, because I couldn't get back, but they all came back and we all got off together. But she wouldn't leave me. She was not going to let me die by myself. She had quoting some weird Vesk poem I'd never heard before. She's really sentimental.
Do you remember any
How-
bits of that poem?
No, so don't tell the rest of them that I said this, but Harper's got kind of a weird complex.
Really?
Great leader, fantastic leader, hell of a fighter. I've never seen someone make a suit of power armor dance like she could. But I don't know. Everything's got to be a symbol. Everything's got to be a metaphor. Everything's got to mean something.
See.
I think she was trying to do some kind of martyry thing with me.
We have observed similar behaviors in Harper recently, which is why we came to speak with you.
I literally exist to answer questions.
I literally exist to find
So
their
shoot.
answers.
So go for it. Physically incapable of saying no.
It's kind of sad.
Logically
Well,
incapable of saying no.
Dr. Percy, do you want to explain the whole situation and then see what he thinks she's
She-
going for here? If it's the same thing or no?
Yeah, why not?
All right, Dr. Percy, take it away.
I first met everyone on a ship. We were looking
So you
out.
explain the situation. You explain the
Yep.
situation.
There was a chicken. It was weird.
And the Nick thinks and says that terrifyingly sounds like Harper.
What would you do to stop her?
Shoot her.
Okay. Assuming she has people who will enact the plan regardless of whether she's alive or not.
Or
would
some
you
kind of
convince her to stop the plan.
None of us had much luck convincing Harper of anything.
And that's true from your testimony. You said you tried to get her to leave when you were left in the husk and she wouldn't go.
When
So
she
she's
set her mind to
very
something, that's how it'll be. Made her a fantastic
Yeah.
combat commander. Not great to negotiate with.
Have you,
She
do you have any
says,
other examples?
she says, all I can think of is Harper is asking everyone on this planet to sacrifice themselves and the people they love. She must be doing the same.
We have reason to believe that she has taken, has exposed herself to the reagent already.
That makes sense. Then she'd probably put it somewhere to make some kind of statement.
Where is she from? Do you know?
She's from Castroville.
Specifically.
She's from the city here, but she never really talked about it.
Okay, I'm gonna let my knowledge take over on this, and I'm gonna start doing some research and figure out if I can find out about Harper's family.
Cool.
Yeah.
Ask the Harper AI about the poem.
Is there a Harper AI?
There is a Harper AI. It's Harper from the Swarm Wars.
Yeah. Okay.
Captain Harper.
I have to think about this.
Before it all went wrong.
Posit the entire situation to old Harper as a hypothetical and see if she makes the same choice as current Harper.
Hang on. Can you recall any other situations or examples of when she was exhibiting this kind of behavior where everything was a really big gesture that was symbolic, other than this particular time with you?
She says there was this one time that I didn't realize it was this at the time, but later looking back, I think it was sort of when she was getting a lot of heat for being forced to abandon this one colony. We couldn't have saved it. Our orders were to stay and fight, but she told us to leave. The whole colony got eaten. And the way she just stood in front of the entire squad while all those diplomats and politicians asked us all those horrible questions about why we left it. Why did we abandon these people? I don't know. It was like she was trying to block it. Like they were shooting at us and she was standing in front of it. Honestly, she seemed like she was kind of enjoying it.
Okay, so she definitely has some kind of martyr complex. Do I know if AI... Sorry, Lily's asking a question before I keep going.
Oh, sure.
Do I know if AI remember conversations with other visitors in between sessions, or do their conversations with us?
You can ask.
It would be really weird if they kept it, because then, like, they would change.
Yeah.
You can ask.
Reveries.
But maybe they don't properly scrub the memory afterwards.
I just made that joke.
Oh, did you? I'm sorry.
Is there a log of other visitors who have spoken with you?
Not that I have access to.
Okay.
Am I finding anything on Harper?
Her family, her mother died when she was very young. Her father died after the Swarm War. He was sick. It was expected. That's what you find. No siblings.
Second question. Is there anywhere on Castroville that's, like, in honor of her? Like a park or something?
There's a park here.
Is there a Hall of Justice where she's standing out front like this?
It's a much more tasteful statue.
At the park. Okay.
She's reaching a hand downwards and looking down to the person looking.
And Maynala, the Nick says, wouldn't you? She's the one of the only people to survive the entire war.
Yeah. I think it makes sense.
She saw a dozen squads wiped out.
I think it makes sense that she would want to protect her own. But it also sounds like she was trying to do it in a way that fed into some kind of martyr complex.
All I can say is if she's already exposed herself to whatever this is, then she's going to sacrifice the same thing anyone else would.
Okay.
Which is what? Like, other than herself, and she knows it worked on her, and that if it hadn't...
No, does she have any loved ones? Does she have anyone she cares about?
She doesn't have any siblings. Her parents are dead.
I don't think she's married. Is she married?
Not married.
Kids?
No kids.
Tohiro is the only person she cares about.
I don't know who that is.
Could we try and show Harper evidence that Tohiro...
He's not there.
No. Could we show Harper the evidence that Tohiro will die? She will be one of the 6.5%.
I'm thinking that we need to reframe the situation to her. We need to explain to her that making this call isn't like the tough call that only she could make, and like that's why, you know, she had to be the one, and it's so hard on her soul, but she has to bear that weight, right? If we can reframe it and say it's not the hard call, it's the easy call, and you're being a little bitch, that might persuade her to not do it.
That it's the fearful,
exactly.
Cowardly, easy way out.
That's what I'm getting from this.
Okay. Let's, I'll think... go ahead.
We could collect up... There's news pundits all over the web now talking about this thing. Mm-hmm. Over the space web. We could collect up all of the the pundits who were
Like
like,
an opinion poll.
no, all the pundits, no, just clips. At the very least, to just flood her with this on her comms channels. All the clips of like Harper's a coward doing this, all these.
I don't know if anybody would say that. She's a war hero.
You're also seeing, as you go on the newsfeed, a significant number of people agree with her.
6.5% and a significant number of people agree with her.
Yeah, there's some like firebrand pundits who are like, we should, I'll sign up. I'll expose myself to it first if it means we never have to fear the swarm again. 6.5 now for never another one from the swarm ever again.
All right.
More
Like,
questions?
that's
You have
way
more
too
questions?
high.
I was gonna thank Nick for his testimony
Whoa.
and his help with our research, and then go to the human just
Cool,
to
then go to
see.
human. Human. There's a little notation that comes up that says Private Resnier killed in action. And then a date towards the end of the war.
Oh. So when was this slice of him taken?
We did brain scans.
Like
Every,
before he deployed on his like final mission, or what?
We did it
Everybody
regularly.
does it as part of,
Body.
I mean, I would assume they do a brain scan as part of your recruitment.
We did brain scans like after every mission, like
Okay.
as a psyche valve thing.
So it's
that's probably
relatively
where they got
up to
it.
date to when he died.
And before you ever go out into the field, like just like you can get 4F or different things when they evaluate you for selective service, they evaluate people and they do a brain scan because
And-
why wouldn't they?
And,
Just
and
keep it
for the
active.
record, no, I do not remember the mission where I died. How would that work?
Ghosts?
Ghosts.
I mean, you're pretty
Okay.
spectral right now.
How long did you serve with Harper?
About
Harper.
4 months.
Would you describe yourself as close?
Pretty close, closer in some ways than the rest of them. I'm a human from Castroville. She's a human from Castroville.
Were you still in her squad at the time of this?
When I died,
Yeah. Well,
yes,
I
it was
mean,
on a mission. It was on a mission with her. I am told I was gruesomely eaten.
Oh.
I'm glad I don't remember.
Me too. So 4 months. Do you feel? Are you also from Kabarat?
I am. The Blackvine district. He just named the
did
Black
her-
City.
Did Harper and you ever have a chance to talk about any shared experiences here in Kabarat?
All the time. Mostly it was just nice having someone else who knew about, the Oversoul and Maless. And
Would you describe her or yourself as very religious?
I wasn't, and she claimed she wasn't, but she was.
I'm gonna message Pip and start telling him to do some research into Oversoul lore and see if there's anything that we can, religious guilt her with.
Maless is the So, what makes you think that she was religious despite her verbal negations?
Oh, she just did all the little rituals. She would pray now and then. She thought we couldn't hear, but the dropships were not very big.
Can you describe a ritual? That
Oh, and she had this. She had this family priest. Toe something.
Tohiro?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Like the really devout old school followers of the Oversoul. They've got like the priest that their family's always gone to.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I know. I'm also from Castroville.
Oh, hey.
Small solar system.
Did the other AI tell you that we can't
The
actually
Oversoul.
see?
Oh no.
Oh, no, he didn't. I'm
No,
sorry.
I can't see you.
Oh, I'm a Lashunta.
Well, that's
hey.
awkward. I've been waving to everyone.
Well, I think they'd appreciate it.
It's the spirit that counts. Do you know? Yeah, can you describe one of the rituals that she's performed that you recall during those 4 months?
He describes a couple rituals that you're familiar with. They're very old-fashioned, mostly resolving around like water stuff. Pip and Klob, we're going to cut away for a little bit.
Yeah.
Pip and Klob, you both get a message from the praying mantis scientist,
Dr. Zill.
Dr. Zill. And if you pick up, he says, "Oh, thank goodness. I've been trying to call the other two, but they weren't picking up.
What up?
We have some developments on the sample we've been studying. Or simulated studying. It's imprecise.
Okay.
One, we think it will be if it is deployed, it will be most effectively deployed in water. We think if you try to do it in the atmosphere, it just gets up into the high atmosphere and is denatured by the radiation.
Okay.
You mean like drinking water?
Drinking water, water you're exposed to, water in plants. It likes being suspended in a solution of water.
Sure, but then how would it infect the people if it's in the plants?
Oceans, though, too.
Well, if you drink it, if you touch it, if you know.
Okay.
Potable water, probably.
It can get through your skin or my carapace if I were to touch contaminated water.
All right, so any direct contact with it.
Also rain.
You got it.
It's very hard to simulate what water vapor would do. We don't know yet. We're not touching that. Second, we looked at your attempts to create an inoculation. And while yours were not successful, we kept working on it. We have something. Instead of trying to install a gene so that it doesn't try to give you the same gene, we looked at creating sort of an antibody, a counter agent that could bond to it and make it less effective or possibly neutralize it. We've had mixed results. He starts sending you this file for this compound and some data, and he says, what we've been able to make, if in the right concentration and just the right conditions, will neutralize this agent. However, if anything goes wrong at all, the agent, which is aggressive, tries to adapt. And then it starts doing weird things. Sometimes the patient dies. Sometimes they have severe health complications, but I can't tell you what will happen if this is used.
Okay.
But I am confident in saying that the death rate will be lower than 6.5%.
Is he saying that if we apply this compound to the reagent itself, that they together will neutralize? Or is he saying that if we give it to people before they're exposed to the reagent, they will be unaffected?
He's saying that this stuff, if you release it, if you can't find the badness and you release it, it will have some effect in neutralizing it.
But it may mutate because of that.
And do something scary.
But if there's something scary happens, it'll still be less than 6.5%.
I can guarantee that.
Does it only do the scary thing if it comes into contact with the badness, or does it do that all by itself?
It is harmless to humans. It's harmless to everything we've tried it on.
I don't see any reason not to deploy that immediately.
So it'll only do weird things if it is in contact with the reagent for Harper.
Yeah, that makes sense. Like, why wouldn't we deploy that immediately? Because there's no downside if Harper doesn't do her thing. And if Harper does do her thing, we reduce the kill count.
We can start making it right now. I'll get all the other labs on it. Should I release this? Should I release the protein design? Let anyone who makes it want to make it?
I think that as many people...
Why
sorry, we're not there.
Why do we get to make that decision?
I don't know. I'm a scientist.
Yes! Release it all! Fuck!
I always think it should all be... we're releasing it. Yes.
And he says, we're making it.
All right.
We'll deploy it as soon as we can, or if you send me a message and say do it now, we'll do it then.
As soon as you can.
We will.
Pip, you can send us a message and we'll get it, I guess, when we get out of the
I send you a
dark zone.
text and it's in like it's like it's like a text from my dad. It abbreviates words that make no sense, and then there's no syntax structure, and you're really not sure what any of it means.
Shout out to Frank.
Love you, Dad.
Hey, Mr. So yeah. Other questions you wanted to ask down there?
Oh, yes. Alex, I pinged to see if you had other questions too, but I like that. I like what you said in the sidebar. Are there any particular holy sites that have to do with like
Water.
water rituals? Yeah.
Um, Sort of throughout the northern hemisphere, there are sort of islands like Tohiros that are considered holy sites. They might
Is there
be
anyone to which a lot
sinkholes,
of,
they might be geysers like hers, they might be.
is there anyone that's particularly like famous for pilgrimage?
No, they're all sort of pilgrimed to.
It sounds like Tohiro's would be the most important to Harper.
All right. Anything else we want to ask Private Risner?
Did we help? We didn't tell him the whole situation, right?
No,
You've not.
we didn't.
You want to tell him the whole situation real quick and ask him the same things?
We can. I'm trying to think.
He
of
only
anything
knew it
else.
for 4 months.
What?
If you do, which I'm saying you can, he does not know what to make of it. He says he didn't know her that well.
Great.
Okay. I guess what I'll say. Yeah, I'll ask him the same thing. So sorry, I know he doesn't obviously remember his death, but where were they going on that mission?
We were gonna blow up a hive, I think.
Okay. Do you remember? I can't remember where I was going to go from there. I can't remember.
I remember sitting down in the brain scan chair and then nothing else after that.
I think it's time to talk to Harper.
All right,
All
I'll
right.
see you around. Or I won't see you, but later.
Thanks, Private. Okay. Yeah. Dr. Percy, take it away.
Harper appears much younger in her uniform, crimped and pressed and clean. She does not speak, but she looks at you expectantly.
Hello, Captain Harper.
Harper, pleasure.
Hello?
How are you today?
Fine.
Great.
What can I help you with?
Oh, I remember what I was going to say to Captain Private Resner. Sorry, before we hung up with him.
Yeah.
I was just going to ask him also the same thing. Like, can you describe the hive or the swarm? Like, can you describe basically?
He describes one he had seen before. Big, scary bug ship.
Okay.
Living spaceship.
Okay.
So, Captain Harper, I'm a student at the university here on Castroville getting my PhD in swarm war history. I have a purely hypothetical question.
You say the name of the university, and she's like, "Oh, I would have gone there if the war hadn't started."
Yeah, it's cool. Good program. I'm trying to like looking towards the future. Like as we know, spoiler, I'm sure you've been told, but you wouldn't remember. Swarm war's done. We're good.
This scan is from right after the war.
Oh, okay. You do know. Good job. Thank you for your service.
You're welcome.
How do you feel about the possible threat of the swarm returning?
Well, I think it's ongoing. Hives have been known to hibernate for centuries with minimal food. They just look like space debris if they're not active. So I would hope we'd have some sort of large concerted effort to hunt through the diaspora, the outer rim, the rest of the Vescarium, and make sure we find all of them.
So you
And
think
even
it's
then,
just a
there may
matter
be
of
more-
time?
Did such a concerted effort happen after the war?
No.
Really?
There
Jake,
was
there
a
were
little
no
bit of one, but everybody was dead.
Oh,
And yeah, there's no budget or resources, and resources including people to go make those efforts.
There was no money. There was a bit of one.
right.
There was, sort of mop-up missions. But there weren't a lot of ships. They were trying to rebuild the Pact Worlds and the Vescarium, and nobody wanted to keep being at war.
It's Fia.
Okay.
We were informed by one of your compatriots of an incident that happened where you made the decision to abandon a settlement and allow
Yes.
them to die.
We could have looked up the name of the settlement in between things because we have the archive with us, and we could have said, "Can you tell us what happened at settlement blah?"
You do,
Tell
and
us
she
what happened.
says, "It was early in the Swarm War. We didn't really know what we were facing, and the rest of my team, along with a small detachment of steward Marines, were ordered to remain and defend a settlement on a planet where a hive had just landed. There were maybe 1,000 of us. Maybe. That's including support personnel, defending a town of about 25,000. Hives have hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of warriors in them. Alone, not even counting the other kinds of bugs. We were ordered to defend it because for some reason our superiors thought we could. I disobeyed the order, knowing I'd be court-martialed or maybe worse. We boarded our transports. We boarded as many colonists as we could, which was not many, and we left.
Did you leave because you felt staying would be a senseless loss of life?
I did. There
Did
would
you
be
make
no...
that same decision now?
I believe that sacrifice is sometimes necessary, but that war was going to last longer than one battle. I made the choice to play the long game. I understand it was terrible of me. I have... for the rest of the war, I was haunted with images of looking out the back window of our ship, watching the lights of the settlement get smaller.
Renella, do you have any more questions on this topic?
Mm.
This is my research assistant.
Pleasure.
Hello.
She's an undergrad.
This is her
Dr.
internship.
Percy. Soon to be Dr. Percy.
It's true.
It's such an honor to study under him.
It's true.
So sassy.
Hey, where's that coffee I asked for 20 minutes ago?
I'll say, I mean, actually, I think you handled it really well. If you, how best do you think the Pact Worlds can begin their preparations for the next Swarm War invasion?
Hopefully there won't be another Swarm War invasion. Hopefully we've depleted their numbers. There might just be a small incursion, but still, the Pact World needs to develop their ace in the hole. The Swarm can adapt to anything. Nothing we come up with lasts long. They need to come up with something that the Swarm can never adapt to.
So she's been sitting on this for a while.
He says the Swarm can do this forever. We can't.
Well, I think it was
They only need to
undeveloped
get lucky
when it was
once.
sitting on it, but it's based in older fears for sure.
I have another question, kind of off topic, but as I told you, I've been interviewing people who served with you. One of them mentioned a poem, a Vesk poem.
She just starts saying it.
Oh, Lincoln, I'm gonna write this shit down.
I have not written it. I apologize.
Oh,
I wish I was cool enough to just whip up a poem right now.
What are the overarching themes?
It is a story that Pip would know of a Vesk queen
because of
who,
the opera.
because of the opera, who sees her city burned by an invader, founds a new city, builds a new empire, and then, in an effort to never see her city burn again, she sort of walls it off, and then there's magic, and it is buried underground, and no one ever finds it again. It's sort of like a Vesk Atlantis story.
It's Ashara in Warcraft. Literally what she did. She
Okay.
took the city.
Do I know? I guess I will get this later when you guys fill me in. But does Pip know of any Vesk operas with similar themes about a story of some leader who sees something bad happen and they do something to stop that, and it's Oedipus Rex.
No, there's
Ends badly.
like sort of this much like sort of like a Paradise Lost is to the Bible as the story you're thinking of is to this poem.
Yeah.
That is like, yeah, and she sinks the city and everybody starves to death.
Great.
That's some good information.
Like a later artistic apocrypha style piece.
Yes.
Got it.
Pip knows that one too. It's not as fun to watch. It's just sad and then everyone dies.
Oh, but that's Sonata in the middle. Just kidding.
Beautiful.
Oh, it gets me every time.
All right, I know how. I know one of the ways we were saying we wanted to like demoralize Harper. Pip can do it.
All right.
All right. I think we've got some good stuff. Manala, do you have any more questions
I'm thinking.
for our research essay?
Yeah. Would you describe yourself as a religious person? I know during times of hardship that many people turn to the gods, even if they haven't before. And I'm just curious, I guess, how those trying and stressful times may have affected you and what you turn to.
I was raised traditionally, and it kept me through. It kept me going. The teachings of Malès were what let me sleep at night and what kept me moving in those really trying times. Do you have any other questions?
Do you feel a strong spiritual connection to any place in particular that we can maybe go and take some pictures for the, visual representation of our essay?
I followed the water aspect of Malès, so any of those religious sites.
Interesting. Do you have a personal favorite?
I do, but I can't tell you because the real Harper doesn't want people visiting all the time.
That's totally fair. I understand. I respect your privacy.
Her privacy. I puts hand through self.
Can we hack it?
Oh, can we upload her like Cortana?
Half the planet.
I do not want her in my ship. She's dangerous. All right. Okay.
Yeah, but can we hack her? It's like she knows the information. She's just programmed not to share it.
Well, I'm pretty sure it's the Tohiro place, right? It's her
If
family
we
priest.
switch locations and my Nala and Percy talk more with Dr. Zill and you and Cloud go to the museum and you hack it and I have nothing to do with
What
it.
if Tohiro has the thing and is the one who's going to release it?
Son of a bitch.
That would be really weird.
What if we've never left the island because she's such a powerful psychic? Oh, shit. I rolled to disbelieve.
Would you like to? You can make a wisdom saving throw right now.
Roll to disbelieve. See what happens.
I would like
quick.
to make a wisdom saving throw right now. Oh, God, I'm going to be so
Do it.
pissed. You mean a will
Everyone is
save?
back to wisdom.
Yep, we'll save.
All right.
I feel that even if the plot is that we are in the thing so they can figure out our strategy XCOM 2 style, that Club would not think that and would not try to disbelieve.
Spoilers.
No, that's like the beginning of the game.
You go. Everything feels real.
Anyone else want to roll to disbelieve?
I will wait time-wise
I
until
feel
we're
like
all
Percy
together
rolls
again.
to disbelieve every day of his life.
To be clear, my actions are happening in the future when you guys get back to the ship.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Any other
Then I will
questions
also
for
roll. I'm also rolling.
Percy's
But
like,
I
I
have
did that this morning. You guys don't do that every morning?
And I have like -1 or something. So
Club, spin your top.
What?
Yeah, check your
I
totem.
know.
I like, I clean the lens on my eye computer. It's my totem.
That's a totem. I couldn't think of what it's called.
Where's my
His totem was at the top. It was the ring.
I guess I'll roll.
His totem is a dragon totem, and it's in the ship's hull.
Yeah, I do have a totem.
All right, none of us rolled very well. You rolled the best.
Any other questions for Harper?
Of course I did. I have tons of practice. I disbelieve everything.
I disbelieve in the chair.
If there
Lord.
was a body of research that suggested there was a genetic vaccination available to prevent the swarm war from their adaptations against many of the populations in the packed worlds, but it had a fairly high fatality rate.
You are talking about things I know nothing about. I can
I'm
tell you
just
all
gonna-
about loads a Mark 7 Aegis can carry, but Aegis power armor, but I don't know anything what you're talking
Would
about.
you be willing to sacrifice a significant number of people to prevent a possible eventual, there's no evidence for reinvasion of the swarm? Hypothetically.
I think you know the answer to that question.
Fuck. Great.
I guess the question is more, is there a number or percentage, or at what point is the small sacrifice still too great? Or is there a point where that exists?
I'm not a philosopher. I'm a pragmatist.
All right. If it was 5%, if 5%,
Let's just say she'd
of a
be
group-
willing to bury the city.
all right, fine. No further questions.
Thanks.
No further questions.
Wow, she's even more frustrating as an AI than in real life. God.
Parking is not validated unless you're a member.
How
We
much
could have
does
asked her about
how
her
much does it
mom.
cost to become a member?
I don't know.
50 credits annually.
I'm
But
not
you
a
get
member.
invites to the special exhibits before they're open to the public.
What else?
Do we also get any
Well, one of her
special
suicide
Disney
notes
access
was
to
about her mom.
What?
Who?
I didn't hear what you said.
I said, well, I'm just thinking about maybe we should have asked her about her mom, but probably doesn't. Probably not too important. She just must.
Is if I become a member, are there access to digital resources offsite, or is that still limited?
Sure.
Really?
Okay.
They wouldn't give it to us when the stake.
No, not the AI still, but other digital resources like
Oh,
archival
okay.
search. And, like I
You
can look
get
at their
like
photos. in the
a little
digital
faster
library.
download speed. You get an app. You get the app, the
Yeah.
premium app.
Ad-free.
There's no. I'd say the shopping and your whole research project took about an hour and a half.
All
And
right.
after an hour and a half, you're all back on the ship.
Okay, we
I just window
did
shop.
a dump and tell each other everything.
So how many hours remaining?
29.5.
Well, I'm missing a huge gap. We had 32. Oh, how long did it take to get to the city?
About an hour.
Okay.
So, I guess the question for us then is, do we want to go to the base where we have the lead that it was there? Do we want to go back to Tohiro because that seems to be where her personality is indicating is important to her?
Well, let's release the information about the base and let the mob deal with it.
No, I think we could head to. Wait, pause.
Well, we definitely shouldn't release the information about Tohiro and let the mob deal with her. That seems wrong. So if we're going to do that to one of the problems, let's do it to the base problem.
I understand what you're saying, but don't release anything. Oh, and when you give us the information from Dr. Zill, I will just also send him a message and say, yes, share this as widely as possible, just so that it can be, manufactured and fabricated at as many facilities as possible.
His text back says we are fabricating it and releasing it as we make it.
And I'm saying like for other labs, because his question
He's
before
doing
was
that.
should other labs do that
He's
too,
doing
and
that.
the answer is like
He's
yes,
doing that.
absolutely.
Mhm.
Great, amazing.
It's really lucky that we didn't get a profiteering dude as our friend. I'll give you guys
Now that I'm a member, I would like to validate parking.
300 credits.
Oh yeah, now you can. You remember.
We also,
Amazing.
3 out of 4 of us have the ability to reach out to Tohiro. Just throwing that out there.
All four.
Yeah,
of you
that's it. So I know.
One
So
of us
here's
couldn't.
the problem. Is if we think it's if we think somewhere where she is on that island, she has no technology, so she has no way of doing a sensor sweep of any kind to detect it.
That's correct.
We could send, I don't know, like either we could go there, hi B, or we could. What I really want to do is send like a probe there and have the probe sweep, have something go there, do the sweep that she can't do, and we go to the base and try to deal with that.
We don't have any probes left.
No, but yeah, I don't know. I don't want to do a coin toss to decide where to go and go back to a place we already went. Like,
It takes
it's not how much
2
time I
hours
have.
to get there.
Can
No.
the
That's
probes
the
not?
fast way where you burn a bunch of fuel.
Can the probes not like? Or are they offline now? Do we just lose them?
You left them down there.
Okay.
It was a
Can
water-
we
It was
Can
a
we
water
fuel
probe. It
up?
couldn't fly anyway.
can we fuel up because we're in a city?
That would take some time.
I think we need fuel. So yeah.
Yeah, it'll take you about 2 hours to get a full tank. There, if you go to the spaceship fuel depot, there are lines of people.
Because the
Oh,
panic.
because of the panic.
Mhm.
my
Oh man,
gosh.
it's like when
Never
people hear
mind.
there's going to be a snowstorm.
Uh,
Buy all the
it's-
water.
Pip, it's your call.
Do we want to burn 2 hours so we have enough fuel to keep going around? Yeah, we don't want to run out of fuel when there's only a few hours left.
Yeah, that's true. Pip, come here.
2 hours now before they run out of fuel, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Let's burn 2 hours to get fuel.
While
27.5 hours remain.
when we spent during those 2 hours, I would like to we're just waiting in line, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, I'd like to using my new and shiny digital access to the archives from the museum, do a little bit more research on the
What do you want to
battalion.
know?
I want to just do more research on the battalion that Harper was part of, and see like I guess how many I don't know I can't remember what the word is, but like how many combat situations they were involved in, how many conflicts
Hundreds.
they put in. Okay. How long did she serve? How many years?
3.
3 years. Okay. I want to know how many times she was in a conflict where more than 50% of the participants in the conflict perished.
A bunch.
Okay. All right. That's helpful. I mean, so she's clearly very familiar with sacrifice. Go ahead, Percy.
Can I do a simulation map for dispersal, trend and time from both the base and the plateau and from Tohiro's Island, like air and water based?
Sure.
Now that we know it's water based, too, that makes a difference. Yeah.
Air-based, goes up into the air,
Mhm.
covers the planet in a few hours.
Plus, they said
Um,
they didn't know
From
about the
Tohiro's Island, would it be just like exponential, take over the whole planet in like hours?
It is faster from Tohiro's Island or any of those big water, any of the big oceans. If you put it in the ocean there deep, it gets caught in these undercurrents and spread very quickly.
Right. Okay, so the deeper the better.
It's deep underneath Tohiro's Island.
Do you guys really think so?
At the beginning of those 2 hours, do I still have any access to the probe, or is that severed?
She seems so nice.
No probe. You have no probe access.
To the one that we already sent, it's
Yeah,
gone. It's severed.
It's dead. Its battery died.
While they're waiting in line, can I?
Get a
Guys,
conical?
I almost want to like steal some probes because I love probes. Spoiler: I love probes.
You can certainly try.
Well, because here's why. I mean, if Percy's right and that she's planning to send it deep underwater, and the currents seem to move it very quickly throughout the ocean system, if we could disperse something, if we could create something with a unique signature, some kind of compound with a unique signature, and
Bioluminescence.
see where, I don't know, something, and drop it and follow its current path. You know what I'm trying to say? Like,
Well,
I
we
know
could
what you're trying
simulate-
to say.
That's what I was trying to do, basically, with the computer.
yeah. If we could
Yeah,
simulate its movement.
Percy's pretty much done that.
Okay, I mean, yeah. So,
We've shown that spot would be a very effective spot to do it.
Is it like puddle jumping to get from the various sacred water holy sites?
What?
So, okay, Tohiro's Island.
If we wanted to
Is-
do like a
is it-
grand tour,
is a sacred site, right, for
It
the
would
water
be.
aspect of Mall-S.
It is a significant distance between them.
Okay.
We could not hit them all.
are there any groups with ships that have contacted us and said they want to help?
No one's contacted you. No one knows who you are.
Has anyone publicly said that they're trying to help on
Lots
the
of
planet
people.
right now, looking for it?
What organizations?
Reddit.
There's some Xeno Wardens working on it. There's some local sort of independent security firms. The Formians are talking all about how they're going to find it.
Has anybody said that they have access to a speeder? Or is there any organization that I think would have access to a couple speeders?
Why do you want a couple speeders?
I don't know, like if we could get to Tohiro's
Well,
Island and then
if we
drop
could
out.
tell them to go search all the islands or something like that.
Yeah.
Or we could publish the location of the military base with the data that says that it's in the air from there, probably because it was developed there. But like,
Club?
I'm still all for that plan. I like the telling everybody about everything plan.
I'm all down for telling everybody of anything because it just means Blue Ion stock goes further down and they make more money.
So that's what's most important right now.
Also, it'll help us save the planet.
So you want to publish stuff about the base, and then we'll go back to Tohiro's Island to look for this?
Yeah. Also,
Definitely
we
have
need
a war profiteer.
psychic inhibitors.
It's a
Yeah.
really big gamble, and we can't afford psychic inhibitors. We're gonna have to steal them.
Yeah, I feel like
True.
the base is not our biggest lead right now.
Yeah, but might as well send somebody after it, right?
Yeah, sure. I'm saying I don't think we should go there.
All right.
Go ahead and publish the data on the base. I'm gonna contact Dr. Zill now that we've had this discussion and say we have a potential site where we think she could be dispersing it from that is water based, and I'll send him coordinates for it. I won't tell him the name of it or why we think it's there. I'll just send him coordinates and say, you know, based on our simulations, we think it could disperse very quickly from the site based on the current movements in the under ocean. If you have any other sites that you think it would flow quicker or faster or in a similar pattern or time, let us know.
He sends you, by the time you're fueled up and ready to leave, you get some arbitrary points in the
Okay.
ocean.
Great. We can cross-reference those with some other sites that are famous for pilgrimage and see if there's any.
None. No overlap.
Okay, so we'll start at Tohiro's and then we'll go from there with this list, I guess.
Guys, I got it. Let's just superheat the ocean.
We did talk about that last time.
How much
Okay.
is a ring of mind
So-
shielding these days?
A ring of mind shielding?
I can't find it in the Starfinder SRD. It's from Pathfinder.
Not very many items are on the SRD.
Yeah, I know.
Mm,
Or some sort of equivalent. I can't find what a psychic inhibitor would be.
There's probably, I mean, there are psychic enhancers I know
Oh.
that are just like ringlets for Lashunta. So there's
Wait,
probably
no,
something
guys, I
pretty-
got it. Hang on. First, he's gonna go back to his room and then come back with 4 tinfoil hats.
Yeah, there's psychic boosters. I see that.
How much does a psychic booster cost?
How much does the tinfoil hat cost, dude? I wanna
2K.
get
So these things would probably cost like 3K. Like something that could totally insulate your head.
Easier to block than to boost.
Yep, tinfoil hat is right here.
It's not about what's easier. It's about what people want.
Fashionable. I'm really tempted to just go make a tinfoil hat right now.
So where are you guys off to with your fully fueled up spaceship?
How much money have I made in the stock market so far?
Because stuff is still happening, your broker is like doing paperwork and stuff and says sometime in the next couple of days.
It's
they'll be able to
electronic.
get
Don't
you-
even start paperwork with me.
He's giving you the runaround.
Webpage work?
No, I didn't go through like a broker like that. I did it through like this. Sorry, like on Earth today, I can do 100% digital trading. Like down to like like microseconds. People do bullshit. Like
Yeah, and like the service you went through to do it, like who you're shorting it with, doesn't want to pay you.
I know the numbers though.
Yeah, it's a big number.
Okay, great.
All right. So
I think we're going to the island. Does anybody else?
yeah, no,
Everyone's-
so guys, we've done plan A, which is the base. By releasing the information, we're no longer going there. Do we still have that comm system to talk to Jan?
You do still have that.
We already told
Okay,
him about the base.
I think we should
Oh shit!
contact
Now
him.
he might nuke it when it's full of a bunch of people that are like, well, me.
I want to contact him.
Oh,
Basically,
man.
before we contact him, I'm going to tell you what we should say to him. What I'm planning to say to him, not what we should say. I'm planning to say we've sent some associates to investigate the military base and told them how to neutralize the substance if it's there. There's a chance that it's on her ship, which is how she's guaranteeing it doesn't get here. Because our backup plan, if from our meeting, was that we could just tell Jan to shoot her ship because we couldn't destroy her ship because we don't have the firepower. We potentially could. But that right now we're going to this island. It could be there. If it is, we'll let you know. We think she's probably going to disperse it through the water because that's fastest. But if we don't find any evidence of it there and it's not the military base, it's probably on her ship, so blow her up.
Okay, you can send that message.
Everybody's cool with that?
You do, yeah.
I mean, I can change it and we can amend it and not say certain things. I'm just...
I that sounds good to me. We gotta go. We
Yeah.
don't have time
Yeah.
to edit.
Cool, let's do it. Punch
send
it and go back to Tohiro's Island.
You receive no
Two.
response, but it does say it has been sent and received.
I would like to take a nap while we're flying to Tohiro's Island because I think we've been up for like 30 hours.
You have been up
Yeah,
for like approximately 24 hours now.
Oh, we have. I didn't
Yeah, we'll
pick
all
that up.
nap.
Nap is
You
good.
get You get a 2-hour nap.
Is
Chicken-
there... Oh,
chicken
we
man
already
the wheel.
talked about this. There's like an equivalent of... Jake, what's the Klingon coffee?
Ractigino.
Ractigino. There's an equivalent of Ractigino that we can drink.
Pip's
We get up.
Pip's flying the ship, so he just generates some stims and.
Oh no.
You
Can we
guys
make
are all
chicken fun?
you guys are all wide-eyed and like on drugs to be awake and alert.
The best.
Stims can keep you alert for easily for 48 hours.
Do person's eyes go any wider, or do they just start bulging?
They're very scary.
Like, because you guys have been awake for a while before,
Mhm.
and now you're awake
Yeah.
for 24 hours. You guys are like coming up on like the 36-hour mark.
Damn.
It only
Alright,
gets
cool.
bad
So
after 3 or
we're
4 days.
back.
Yeah, good. We're not
All
exhausted.
right. First
You all
thing
have
we
headaches. You're all uncomfortable. You're all a little nauseous.
I don't get spell replenishes, do I?
Have you had a long rest?
No, you said 2 hours, right?
Yeah, it's 2 hours to Tohiro. If you guys would like to rest, like take a long rest,
That's
you
8
will?
hours. We don't have that amount of time.
We don't have that time. So sorry, Claude. You don't need to get any spells.
No worries.
I would like to make the assistance of whoever would like to help. Yeah, get our sensors configured to scan for the compound that we think the reagent is made of.
Okay, there's a spell called telepathic censure, which
Jake,
what?
chill.
It's a 2nd level spell.
I know, but it's not. Is it relevant right now?
Yeah, that means that psychic blocking would be cheap.
Okay.
Yeah,
Chill out.
I think psychic stuff is. I think general psychic stuff is like that's very vague. Is very much cheaper in Starfinder than Pathfinder because there's so many psychic races and stuff.
Lincoln, how much would it cost retroactively to have my tinfoil hats be enchanted with that spell?
quite a bit.
When did you get
So-
them? Did you make them? I can't remember.
I just invented them 5 minutes
Oh,
ago.
like right now. Okay, cool. I thought
It
you
just
had, like-
makes sense that Percy owns tinfoil hats.
Yeah, for some reason, I thought it was recurring. It just sounds like something Percy would have, so it made perfect sense.
It does. Yeah, I mean, we want to be scanning for the compound as far as we can into the water, around her island.
You detect nothing as you approach. And as you have all your sensors searching the water, detecting things. Yes, Percy?
Do we have like ground penetrating radar?
Kinda, yeah.
Satellite or anything like that?
You can do it on your ship. You can like do millimeter wave scanning
Can we
things.
get an idea of the shape of the island and if there's any like deep caverns?
It's long and kind of skinny, like it was pushed up by volcanic activity.
Okay.
It's hard to see into it.
That was the ground penetrating part that I was interested in.
Okay.
So if there was like an underground river that like flowed through it or something, that'd be like ultimate holy site and a cool.
You
place.
know deep down there's a bunch of little underwater currents that go through it.
If we put on our vac suits, can we go down there?
You could.
Yeah, we got.
Like, is that the best way, or should we just take the ship in again? Pip, what do you think?
Let's take the ship in. We might need to blow some shit up with some radiation. We gotta carry that rad gun.
All right,
Ship's
let's
gonna
go
handle
down,
it.
but let's suit up just in case.
Agreed.
And that's a good question. The vac suits, are those that you said those are not space suits? Can those go underwater or no?
A bit, but like they're not hard suits.
Okay.
Yes, the pressure would be a problem, but not the.
Yeah.
So there are caverns under the island.
Way down, yeah.
We also want to be looking for a container of some kind. So if there's a point,
As you're
if we
getting
find a
close,
point. Good.
Tohiro appears in all of your minds, and says, "You're back. What have you found?"
Nothing yet, but all we've learned.
There's this bitch.
We went to.
Wait, I mean,
Went to the museum and we just, learned a little bit more about Harper. I really feel like this island is very important to her. So we wanted to look around a bit more and try to understand the landscape.
should we try
To
to
understand Harper. Go ahead. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Should we try to like keep her off our tail somehow? I don't know how would we do.
That's why I didn't say anything more, but I said a lot. I said enough that I feel like she thinks I'm being open with her, but hopefully not so much that she knows what I'm doing.
Not sus yet.
So you guys are approaching the island again with that giant fog cloud around it. As you are getting close, you've had your sensors down, searching through the water. You don't notice until it's coming out of the fog at you, that fighter from before. Full power, straight at you.
The fuck?
How is it here?
It's
He's really
you see
good.
these little bay doors
Wait,
open on
no,
its
that might be
wings.
really good. That made me Redrax knew that we were gonna come here.
Yeah,
And he
wait,
knew that it was here.
This is the site.
This is it.
These little pods on its wings open up, and these two chain guns pop out. They both spin up.
Hashtag evasive maneuvers.
They both spin up, and they fire this big hail of bullets at your ship, all of which harmlessly on your shield.
Nice.
Yeah.
Pip, you want to take over controls and I'll run to the gun turret?
Let's do it. Let's shoot back.
Then it veers and sort of veers off right before it hits you.
I want to open a hailing frequency to this ship
Mhm.
and blast. I'm hearing myself echo, Jake.
That's just
Spooky.
something on your computer being weird.
Alex, is your thing muted?
Yes, but that doesn't make any sense why you would hear yourself.
I
Your
also hear
ears
you
do
too,
loop back
F1,
into the
so I'm wondering if
microphone
I'm hearing
and that's
myself from
sometimes,
Jake's
but-
microphone into your microphone.
That doesn't make any sense.
All
I
right,
think
whatever.
your speakers
I
are
want
loud.
to.
Either way, it could be mine because my mic is close to my face and these are loud.
Oh. I want to open a hailing frequency to the ship and blast some Galaxy Go-Go's over to them,
Fantastic.
just to irritate them.
So,
We are Guardians of the Galaxy.
And I say, fire on all batteries.
Oh, I help shoot. I'm definitely a shooting kind of dude right now.
as you guys are getting to your turrets, Pip, you are so intimately acquainted with the sounds a spaceship is supposed to make that you immediately notice some bad ones. You hear crunching metal on the outside of the ship, and then peeking into the windshield is
That
this
draconic bitch!
giant armored dragon face.
It
It kind of braces itself. Time is not moving yet. It kind of braces itself on the hood of your spaceship. You see it sort of pull up this giant railgun-looking thing, and then book
I'm
on
not
the
waiting.
windshield.
I'm not waiting for him to pull out the railgun.
I'm describing the thing that is happening.
All right.
And as you see it start to spin up, now you can do stuff because time is moving now.
Okay. Even before he pulls it out, the moment I see him, he's wearing armor and shit, right? There's metal on
Yeah.
him, right? All right, I polarize the hull.
Can you do that?
That's how you get shit off your hull.
That's how you get rid of the Minox.
When there's like space debris and around and it's on your hull, you just polarize it real quick. Magnetic burst.
Yeah, all right. You electrify the hull, and he's like,
No.
He doesn't seem to care.
Magnetism.
You can't magnetize your whole hull.
Why not? You literally just plug an electromagnet into it. The ship is
You wanna
full of
go do that?
electromagnets.
You want to go do that? You want to go run off and take time to do that?
Is he visible from the turret?
He's not. He's right on the hood.
How did he get through our shields?
Slow-moving stuff can get through your shields.
What?
I think we should just crash into a wall.
That's not
Let's
a
go
bad idea.
underwater! Is his armor, does it look like the armor that would be pressurized?
It looks like a suit of
It's
power
power armor, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
Like not like the kind that makes you super crazy strong, but like the kind that he could be in space in this.
Like Fallout 3.
You look at
power
his
armor.
wings, and they're not his wings. They're like mechanical wings.
Yeah.
Does he not have wings? Or are they like underneath the mechanical things? That's cool.
Alright, I want to crash the ship into something. No.
No, wait.
The
Okay,
water
I
is
have
a great
question about
idea.
the
I
shield,
like
though.
that.
If we crash into it too fast, will the shields protect him as well? Should we just slowly squeeze him?
No, I think if we hit the water pretty hard, that should the pressure of the water around the ship should really pull him to the side.
And
Could
besides-
shake him off.
Could shake him
besides,
off.
We can't get outside and fight him on top of the ship while we're in the air. We can do it in the water.
Yeah, I'll dive since I can't polarize the hull.
So you
Dive.
go forward and you just dive.
Same strategy as last time. We need to go under the island anyway, right? So to those caves under it.
You're diving super fast. He's looking at you. The railgun's charging. It's not charging quite fast enough. Can you give me a piloting check?
I can indeed.
Lincoln, I don't know if you want us to roll initiative, but I have another thing I would like to do.
There is not initiative right now.
Oh, can I say it now?
Yeah.
Oh, I'd like to
22.
mentally reach out to Tohiro
Mhm.
and say,
You can just do that at will.
yeah, I just say someone's attacking us. Can you try to communicate with them?
She says, I'll try.
Great, thanks.
Kill them faster.
Girl, you never fucking know.
You're diving. It's looking at you, looking back. It finally, jumps off right before you get to the water, because that impact would probably severely injure him.
Great.
Jumps off, and you see as you get to the water, its wings extend, and it's got like a jetpack. And it hovers as you go underwater.
When he lets go, he's now a fast-moving object relative to the ship.
Now
Correct?
can I shoot him?
Correct, because the ship is moving quickly. When he lets go of the ship, relative to the ship, he's a fast-moving object.
I'm sure I can think of a way where his relative velocity isn't a big deal.
It's just not. It's for stopping projectiles, right? I mean, like
Okay,
that's what
shoot 'em.
force
It's for,
field is,
stopping
for
bullets and
stopping
lasers.
projectiles.
Can I just straight up shoot him, though?
You could give me a very difficult gunnery check because you have this half a second.
That's fine.
Before you're
how,
underwater.
how do I roll gunnery?
It's base attack bonus plus piloting, and he's a person, and ship weapons are really difficult to target on something that's little like that and
he's
so
got-
close.
He's got a big wingspan now, though.
But he's 60 feet away.
Right, so if you hit the wings, that'll bring him down, too.
You might hit him.
Sorry, so do I roll piloting and then add something to it? Is that
Add
what
your
you're
base
saying?
attack
pot-
bonus.
Okay.
Yeah,
Piloting.
those ship weapons are meant to shoot at a ship 2 miles away.
Which base attack bonus is probably 4, 3, 4?
I think so.
4, because you're level 5
Four.
and we're not a
Yeah.
full base attack bonus class.
This is
17
21.
21 is not enough.
It was my worst piloting roll all night. That was a 4.
Come on.
He's able to sort of dodge out of the way, and you just have so little time. You're basically eyeballing it.
I know, I was just hoping I could, pull.
I did say I
Sadly,
was on
no.
guns. Can I do the same? Is it piloting?
He's above you.
Oh yeah, sorry, I'm on a different gun.
You'd have to be on the stern gun or an arc, or one of the side guns.
They can shoot at the while we're diving though. They can shoot at the other ship though. The little
You can
where's
try,
the
yeah.
fighter? What's happening with the fighter? Is it just
shoot
like
it.
It's
Yeah,
kind of
I'll-
circling back around.
I will shoot at the fighter. Kaboom!
Plus your base attack bonus of
Oh, like
5?
3 or 4. No,
4.
because
It'll
I-
be 4
level
because one of your
attack.
classes isn't a full BAB class.
Yeah.
Which brings you to what?
22.
22.
That does hit. Roll damage.
Cool.
Nice.
I don't know what guns damage for our ship are.
It was on the list.
If
I'll find
you switch pages for us and roll 20, Lincoln, we've got it there.
You guys also have it in your journals.
Yeah, I was gonna say I thought we had the stats for the ship.
Were you on the
On our-
aft turret? No. You were on the Percy was on the aft turret.
I was on the yeah.
So you're on
No, I-
either the port or starboard laser cannon for 2d4 or the forward gyro laser for
I was
d8.
probably on the gyro laser forward. That's fine.
You're diving. The gyro laser can't shoot.
All right,
It's,
then you
it's
would have been
pointed
on,
into
Well,
the
then
port or starboard.
I'm on the. Well, wouldn't I just be on the aft? No, sorry. You said Alex was on the aft. I'll be on starboard.
Oh, there's
So
a turret.
probably for
Sorry. There's a light particle beam turret that can go in any direction. And that's 3d6.
Oh, the turret is.
It's a
yeah,
turret, it
it's
can spin.
Sitting on the top.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Right.
There you go.
10
Excellent.
damage. Nice. I got a hit. I hit him. I did it.
Great,
Yeah!
kid, don't get cocky.
I think that's the first time I've hit a ranged attack. That wasn't
You
a hit.
connect with your laser, pew, 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 and it hits the shields of this ship, and then you see the dragon sort of grabs onto the underside of the ship as you're going under and climbs inside.
wow,
Fucking dragons.
this guy's cray.
I'm booking it for this underwater cavern.
You get down deep, take some wiggling in there, but you're inside of this sort of spire island, and there are caverns that go all the way up. You're not sure the ship can get up there.
Can I? I mean, they're all doing
The
fighting
caverns are
things.
too little.
But can
Earlier you
I
said
like
that some of the caverns are big enough for
to-
the ship to fit.
At the bottom, you can kind of get
Yeah.
your ship in, but then the island narrows and narrows, and you get like a quarter of the way up, and you don't think you can get the ship any higher.
Okay, that's fine.
Claude, are you able to detect text still or no?
Yeah, I can do that anytime.
Don't do it now. I'm just okay because what we're probably looking for at this point is a container, something that was shielding the compound from being detected by our scan. So, like basically a lead box or something that would prevent us from detecting that. So we're looking for a container, an unnatural shape in this natural landscape,
Percy, can you're on the aft gun.
something with right angles.
It really only detects batteries. It's power sources and batteries.
No, it's okay. I'm just saying. I want to know. Go ahead.
Percy, can you, because you're on the aft gun, like, we're going to fly into a cavern, can you just, like, collapse it behind us so they can't follow us? We'll be stuck in here until we blow it up again, but
Sure.
at least they can't chase us and, like, blow up our ship, and we can spend some time exploring the caverns.
I would like to. I don't know what I could be looking for, but I want basically the submarine equivalent of a periscope, like a spaceship equivalent of that, like something where I'm looking at like a 3D virtual scan of my surrounding area, and I'm looking for right angles. I'm looking for unnatural shapes in these caverns.
You don't see any up here.
Okay, but that's what I'm looking for. So,
You're as high as the ship can go.
as high as the ship can go.
So
Is
the
asshole
island
water?
is long and skinny.
Right, but are we going down into caverns?
You've gone down into the bottom of the island, and there's no caverns that go down, so you've started going up. And you're a quarter of the way up and have found no right angles yet.
Okay. I'm
If we
gonna
want to go
just
any further up, we got to go by foot.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. We have our suits on, but I don't really like my odds against that guy.
I can send asshole up.
We've outran him so far.
Yeah, have asshole also. Can he look for right angles?
I'm gonna, since we can't go any further up, I'm gonna send asshole out the airlock.
Hey, you can look at his visual thing on your feed, right?
Yeah,
Can you port that over to me, and I can look through his viewport for right angles?
I hook it into the ship.
Cool.
Amazing. I'm looking for right angles.
You start going up. After about 30 minutes, you see what look like tubes, artificial tubes, like sort of like something that something should shoot out of, like they could be like chutes, artificial.
Where's the enemy on our scanners?
How big are these chutes?
About 4 to 5 feet wide.
Asshole can fly right up one of those.
Asshole
I was
can
like,
fly
we
up.
can't plug it with anything, too.
Asshole gets all the way up till he's about 2/3 of the way up, and it's blocked. There
By?
is something round here.
Okay, like a seal. Asshole has a little laser. He's gonna see if he can.
Do we want to do that?
Well, I guess no. If it's got the
Bolting it
stuff on
out.
the other side, it'll leak. Yeah, never mind.
Don't do that. That's enough information for me. I don't know if we can plug these holes, though, but we could go up there ourselves with the radiation thing. 4 to 5 feet wide, we'd fit up there.
How far below the surface of the island, like the ground, is this point?
100 feet, 200 feet.
There's probably an access from above.
It's from above. Then we need to get back up to the top.
You said you caved it in behind you, so you couldn't be followed.
Yes, we'll have to blow it up again to get out.
Couldn't we just do it from in here where it's safe and we're not fighting that guy? If we put on our lead suits underneath our vac
seal
suits,
the tubes.
Yeah.
Well,
We can do that
I don't-
first, and then we can try and go up and actually neutralize the thing.
I was gonna say even if we could just do it from this side.
Thing is, it is a 30-minute trip, so that'll be an hour.
So what we can do is we can go up there. We can take the portable mining laser, and we can just melt as much ore around it and block these tubes up, so that if she does release it, these tubes are sealed further down. And that'll buy us some time because she'll have to clear them.
That's true.
Okay. Do we think that'll will the mining laser work?
Yeah. Why not?
I think it's a good safety net.
No, I know. I just want to make sure it's gonna work. Okay,
melt
yeah, we
some
can try to
water.
do that.
It'll vaporize some water around it as it burns, but
As long as we don't puncture the seal.
yeah. Well, it'll be
we'll
far
do-
enough down the tubes. We'll block them further down.
All right, let's go in and try that.
We'll block them at their mouths rather than way up where the thing is.
Okay. Let's do it.
As you go up, you get out, you try to use your mining laser underwater, and you find that it's dangerous for you to be near it when it's on, because the steam kind of pushes you away. So you go up a little further, and you find an air pocket where you can do your thing.
Great.
And you find that now you know you're about 250, 300 feet below the surface of the water, but it's air up from here.
Because there's air bubbles in here.
Yeah.
We could stay on foot up here and not even have to deal with the other ship and worry about getting out later.
Yeah, good idea.
That's
we-
what I was trying to say earlier.
All right, let's do that.
Cool.
Bree's still on the ship, so if she needs to, she can blow the thing and fly out and pick us up.
So we have our
Yeah, lookout. I forgot about Bree.
Bree and Chicken are on the ship.
and chicken. I thought we're all wearing our lead suits, right? Hazmat suits.
Hazmat's over our... What
Yeah, I mean we have to.
Layers.
So you've got your spacesuit on, and then the lead suit.
And our armor's on under that, yeah.
And then I have a jetpack.
You guys are all moving quite slowly
How long does it take us to get up there?
because you're encumbered. It takes you about an hour. It takes about twice as long as Asshole to get up to where Asshole was. Because
Okay.
Asshole can fly.
How long
We're
to
not-
melt all the shit?
About half an hour.
We're not underwater, but it looks like we are.
All right, so
Yeah, because we were so slow.
Asshole searches for 30 minutes. We travel for an hour. 30 minutes to melt up and block the chutes. And then
25.5
we were at 25.5.
is where you are right now.
Right, and so no, then we subtract another 2 hours because it was 25 and a half
Yes, you're right.
when we got to Tohiro's Island.
So we're at 23.5.
Correct.
Jesus. Where did the time go? How many did we have at the beginning? 38?
We had 33. We've spent 9.5 hours today.
Oh, we only had 33. Okay. That's a little bit better.
We had to take this stupid wait in line for 2 hours for gas. Like LA over here.
You think you could mining laser through a wall to get to the level where asshole is, but there's no like access
Asshole
from where you are.
flew out and back to us.
Oh, then asshole's with you.
Yeah, because otherwise he'd be trapped in the tube. Because we blocked the bottom of the tubes.
That's true.
Yeah. And then we want to get up to the compound from here, if we can.
There's no like access. You're crawling through tunnels. You're at the same level where asshole was.
Right. So like, if we can, we know that there's compound around somewhere. Like we can do some scanning, some tech detecting, whatever, and then like just mine through some walls. Like,
I mean, if you guys want to do something, say what you do.
if we're only a couple hundred feet from
I'm asking
ground level, we can just go up to the ground.
Okay. Okay? I have to ask some questions, Jake.
Yeah.
Of you. Are you trying to say you want to do the radiation right now in the water through this thing, or do you want to go
No,
up?
he's
really
saying
quickly?
we can get into the compound rather than going all the way back out, blasting through the wall, flying up above, and landing. Try and just work through because we're only 100 feet from the surface, approximately.
Climb up 100 feet, get to the
You
surface.
guys, it took you guys about an hour to go 100 feet up through these caverns.
So we'll go
you
another
could spend
100 feet.
another hour to go to the top. You'd be on the surface of the island
Okay.
if you
Got
wanted
it.
to do that.
and then into Tohiro's compound.
Yes,
Can we call it the temple, please? Because we're also using compound for chemical
in the
compound.
temple. You
Right.
could just
Into
spend an
Tohiro's
hour and be in
temple.
the temple.
And then from the temple go down to where we know that the stuff must be below the temple, above the chutes, right?
Yeah, we're basically trying to navigate from another angle to those seals.
Yeah.
All right, sounds good.
Tree trunk.
All right, so minus another hour to get to surface level.
Yes, you're up. Her temple is right there.
22 and a half hours remaining.
Is she not reached out to us again?
Oh, sorry.
She's not reached out to you again.
And she totally like this is in range of her reaching out capabilities, correct?
The whole
Oh,
planet
yeah.
appears to be.
Oh, the whole planet?
Yeah.
Yeah, remember we contacted her just thinking about her earlier.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
If you're on Castroville and you think about Tohiro, she can tell. She
But
knows.
to be fair, we contacted her that time, and she did something for that to work. So it's like she put her contact number in our phones, but we didn't give her ours. You know what I mean? As far as I know, she might have gotten it.
I never let her read any part of my mind, so...
It's true.
Yeah, that is true.
Pip does believe he has a say.
I'm sure the Army, Packworld's Navy, like, that was a training thing.
You did.
Anti-psychic training.
You were a little below average. Like, you passed.
Guys, if she's in on this, I'm pretty sorry. Guys, if she's in on this, I'm pretty sure she knows that we're that we know about her. Do you think she
Probably.
can read our minds?
Probably.
Can't
Distance?
read mine. It's like a steel trap. I can't even read my own mind half the time.
I'm sure that she knows everything we know, and that she knows what we know, and that she knows what we're thinking. So I would just not worry about it.
Well, then she knows I have a mining laser, and I'm coming for her.
But if Tohiro has all of my thoughts, and my thoughts are what make me, then Tohiro is me, and I cease to exist.
No. You're still a shell.
You,
First he takes 4 psychic
Tohiro.
damage.
I stole that from Oz's monologue in the Buffy episode where she can read minds. That's his
Percy?
internal thought.
Percy, I will tell you right now, if you start to cease to exist, I'll go to her, and I'll save you. I'll save you from her. I don't care what it takes. You're my friend.
Thank you,
So you
Clara.
guys are looking up the steps towards her temple.
I think we're all getting pretty tired, and so this is really emotional. So when you say that, I'm like weeping openly.
So you do you go up there? Where are you going? What are you doing?
Yeah, we don't.
Right,
do
We need to sneak up there if at all possible, right?
we have any other options?
Go around the back.
I sent asshole to fly around the back. Is there anything around the back?
There's a back door. There's a little garden.
Oh yeah, let's go to the garden back door.
Okay.
You go to the garden back door.
I mean, like, she can psychically sense us, but she doesn't have, like, spidey senses. Like, she won't be able to hear us before we come.
I'll take stealth checks from everybody.
All right.
So I still think it's good to sneak. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
If you're sneaking, I'll take stealth checks.
So if I
Quad power
activate my
sneak?
cloaking field, no, Lincoln, we didn't have a set thing that won't improve, but I'm gonna do it.
You're in. Everybody. Percy turns invisible.
And that's without that.
Percy takes that sort of cape, like that scarf he always wears, and like touches it in some weird ways, and you see like these sort of like blue like pulses of light through it, and then Percy turns invisible.
Percy turns invisible
32.
with a 32, and then turns on the stealth cloak.
Wow.
I am holding so still that I become invisible.
I have a 25 total.
Klob and I, not so sneaky.
Yeah.
Pip, why do you have to be bad at everything? Come on.
I've rolled a
Well,
1, a
Pip's
2, and a
dumb.
3 today. Like,
Pip and Klob, I think you two are probably in the front.
yes.
Yeah, most
Big armor, big weapons and stuff. Not noticeable behind you. You guys are in the room first.
I make sure to trample the cabbages and somehow like
You
Pip
look
still makes fun of
inside.
it.
You look around the corner where she was sitting when you first met her, and she is face down on the floor.
Gosh, she might not know
There-
about us.
There is blood around her.
I psychically reach out to her.
You don't feel any response.
It's a fake. She's
It's a dial
faking her
tone.
death.
No.
She's projecting her death into our minds. None of this is real. I roll to disbelieve.
Tohiro, we've come to stop. Uh-oh.
And as you walk into this room, like as you come around the corner, Pip, odd or even?
Fuck. Odd.
All right. Someone roll a d4.
Number 3, Malone.
Okay, I'll do it. Jeez. Everybody's like freaking out. A D4?
Mm-hmm.
Yes!
All right.
Whew.
Jake. Does the dragonkin with a railgun shoot Pip or Klob as you come around the corner with his held action?
How did he know we were there? Okay. I mean, Klob's got higher AC than me, so...
I stomped on the cabbages and somehow you still made more noise than me. I think that's how you knew we were there.
I don't know. I think I rolled the natural 1.
We were like outside the back door for like a minute, like, all right, guys, we're gonna go in, me first, then Pip, then guys, shut up. No, 1 sec, we got an established order. Shut up.
I'll say me if you let me go look up the AC for that armor that I never did the math for.
Yes, you may.
All right.
Damn, Pip is
This
taking
guy's
one for the
got
team.
a really high bonus.
How do you...
I mean, he's gonna hit, right? Unless he misses, that's not very important. Oh my god, he almost missed.
Wow.
What do you roll?
Wait, no, wait, the 12 might miss.
That 12 is that
Wow.
wait, this is KAC?
There's
It's
gotta
a
be
railgun,
something.
so it's
KAC.
KAC.
Is there
That
something
misses
else that-
before the new armor.
Hey!
Is there no? Wait,
You
do you
get
not
lucky.
lose your dex because flat-footed?
I mean, even if I did, the new armor is at least better by 2, which is what my dex is.
All right, fuck it.
Oh,
So you come around the corner and poof, this like hot. You don't even like. You just see him and you see it go click, and then there's this flash, and there is like hot air right here, and just concussion next to you.
Or
And there's a little 4-inch hole in the opposite wall. We can roll initiative tonight or next week.
Next week.
Next week.
Next week. Thank you. That's what we're going to call it, with the party staring down this giant dragon man, Pip, with his whiskers singed.
I'm just trying to picture what a railgun wound in Pip would look like, and all I can think is that Pip loses at least half of his body.
I was
mass.
there is no more Pip.
It's just not there.
there's not much of him.
Percy has the shocked Pikachu face, but none of you can see it.
Oh.
Thank you so much for watching. Tune in next week for the epic battle between the party and this giant, crazy, power-armored dragon man. And if they can stop Harper's plan. But even if they do, what will happen now in this new galaxy? Bum bum bum. Tune in next week, 7:15, Monday night, right here. And Jake.
Yeah, we've got some other things going on Jetsam Academy. So on Wednesday nights, same time, same channel, 7:15 Pacific on Jetsam Academy, we do Princes of Azamar. which is our D&D live play game. This week, where are the players? You all were at a masquerade ball.
Yes.
When the peasants broke in through the windows with torches,
And pitchforks.
and pitchforks, and shit hit the fan really hardcore. So we'll see what happens.
Well, let's make sure to take off the masks before we profess to join the peasants.
I will tell you what's going to happen. There are going to be some peasants with broken legs.
I thought we were joining the peasants. Never mind. Let's keep on the masks if we break legs. Okay, changing my tune.
Then we can join them. Just this is going to happen.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Adios. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.